Come on! Yes, get in there. Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. The Europa League people. Arsenal are back in Europe for next season. The Europa League is secured. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Super Frank, super Frank, super Frankie Lampard. What are you telling me, guys?
Unbelievable scenes. A disgrace. I'm joined by AD, a Dutch Liverpool fan.
You know what? Naby Keita, he hasn't actually got a rhythm, I don't think. So we need to get him one. We need to integrate him.
And I'm joined by a special guest, Lola, in the building. What is going on? Arsenal fan.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Not horrible. So
It's all right. It is indeed, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, live from Old Trafford right now, we've got Manchester United's last home game of the season taking on Brentford. Apparently, a planned protest is taking place on the 17th minute, so just be aware of that. We'll have our eyes poised.
What's the protest?
17 years of Glazers being owners. And
what are you going to do? Are they going to walk out?
They're going to walk out, apparently. Apparently so.
Everyone
taking the knee bar, Ivan Toney. Interesting. But yes.
I can't lie. Sorry to stop you. That pisses me off, man.
What do you mean?
Does that as well. Alonso doesn't take the knee for Chelsea.
Yeah.
What? Why? Like, what stance are you making?
Zaha does it as well, yeah.
Why?
No idea.
It's like, what's his name? I think it's like Les Ferdinand saying it's an empty gesture at this point.
I mean, it can be, but what's your gesture that's not empty? That's my response. Like, if you're rejecting the empty one, give me the full gesture. Like, where's your donation, Marcus? Give me where is your cash?
Hello. I hate you still, man.
Because it's like you think you're trying to be big man. You're trying to be the better man.
If the gesture's empty to you, that's fine. But you have to show me the real gesture, the meaningful one.
I hate you still.
Give me the real. Listen, Oscar, we can only start things off properly at Goodison Park this weekend, where your boys.
Speaking of real.
On a serious note, yeah. I mean, Chelsea, Everton 1, Chelsea 0. I've got so many questions around this, but I want you to give us your synopsis of the game, and then we can get into the little nitty-gritty bits of it.
I told you guys last week, whatever result happens, I win. Yeah? I win regardless. And realistically, yesterday, I won. I wasn't happy about it, but I won. Yeah? Frank Lampard got his 3 points. Big up him. He came and done a job on us, and it was what it was. But realistically, yesterday was a big realization for a lot of people that the Chelsea surgery that needs to happen in the summer is deeper than a lot of people first thought. There are so many players that are simply not at the level to play for this football club, and unfortunately, they're not the kids anymore. It's the young players. It's the senior players also. Do you know what I mean? There's so many senior players that have just turned up to another season and just been on the same BS that they've been on for the past 5 years. And I'm talking about your last week. I spoke about Marcos Alonso. I spoke about Azpilicueta. I spoke about those two in particular as players that I just don't ever want to see play for my club. But when you couple that with a front three who Havertz, Mount, and Timo Werner were pretty much pathetic. Yeah, now all of these guys are young players. Yeah, Mount and Havertz are young players, but Timo Werner is not a footballer. Shouldn't be playing in professional league anywhere. He should only be playing back in that transition league. And I got something to say about that transition league later on. So we'll talk about Bundesliga later on. But those two, he should only be playing in that league. When it comes to Havertz and Mount, look, I had a conversation with you guys earlier on in the season. You told me I was too harsh or I couldn't say it. But when are we going to start looking at Thomas Tuchel and his ability to coach an attack? Because these players have been bummy this entire time. And when Frank Lampard signed these players and he didn't get anything out of them, we got rid of him because he was a bad manager. And, I'm not saying that was the wrong decision. That was the right decision. But since Thomas Tuchel has come in, every single one of these players has continued to be bums in front of goal. Havertz, I wasn't even going to talk about the Man United game. I don't know if you guys saw Chelsea versus Manchester United. This guy missed 3 sitters, 3 in that game. We should have beat them at least 4-0. But we're drawing with Manchester United, and I've got people telling me to be happy we didn't lose. It's not a bad result. Large up boss like Endo. Obviously, big up the Horrid Henry. You done now.
Horrid Henry? What?
That's my shirt, man. Every time I wear this shirt, I get flames, man. It's long. The thing is, in public, in real life, I get compliments when I wear this shirt. Then when it's on the internet, it just looks like some bumblebee thing. It's mad.
You've made some good cases today, by the way. You made some good points. I think it's a fair assessment. I think we should have to start asking the question.
Pete, I've been here since like January.
Do you think, had Roman been involved, do you think had there been no sanctions, we would have, we don't know what's going on with this, there was nothing about Chelsea Football Club and what's happening. Do you think he would have been sacked by now? No. Okay.
The Champions League bought him a lot of time. Big up Latimer's Prime. Shout out you. He loves the shirt. He loves the shirt. Pete, you remember Latimer's, right?
Yeah, man. I still follow him on Twitter and whatnot. Big up yourself, man.
No. So obviously, it's the problem at Chelsea right now is twofold. There's a lot of players that needs to get rid of, but at the same time, I want to see something from Thomas Tuchel where I understand your style, I understand what you want to implement, and then it becomes easier for me to say, oh, okay, well, this player can fit right into your style. I've said it at length here. I don't want to ramble on too long without you guys getting your opinions in, but I've said it so many times. We signed Romelu Lukaku, and it made zero sense at all. We were a team that in our first couple games, he increased the pressing in the team to the point that we had the highest ball recoveries. In his first 2 games at Chelsea in the league, we had the highest ball recoveries. We dominated possession higher, and it made our team defend better because we had the ball and we were effective in winning it back higher up the pitch. So we were scoring more goals too. How you take a team like that and decide that you're going to bring Romelu Lukaku into that team? It doesn't make any sense. So clearly, Romelu Lukaku is not the guy. But what I need from Tuchel is a clear, defined style where I can say, fair enough, if Werner's not doing the job for you, let me bring in your guy. If I ask any of you, please tell me which attacker Thomas Tuchel needs to make the system work. Because I can agree that the attackers are trash. I can agree with that. They are. But what I can't agree with is I know that if you give Thomas Tuchel this player in attack, he's going to turn it around. And this ain't me crashing it on Tuchel. I think he's a great manager. I think he's one of the best. But that don't mean that I can't say, look, you can create a team that's not struggling to create against Brentford, West Ham, and bottom of the table Everton. Why are we struggling to create in these games? That's a joke that the manager needs to address. I'm sorry. Even you get teams like Brentford who don't have the players, but you see them create chances. Sorry, not Brentford. What's that team? Brighton, who don't have the players, but you see them create chances in games. Ralph Hasenhüttl has had some woeful strikers, but you see what Southampton create chances. You know what I mean? We're not a team that is creating chances at a higher level, and there's goals and there's chances being missed. That's not what's happening against West Ham, against Brentford, against Everton yesterday. That's not what's happening. So, yeah, I don't know what you don't think about that, but that's my first point on Thomas Tuchel.
Lola, come in on that because where do you think
Ralph baby?
How I said Ralph baby? How much of Chelsea's sort of difficult spell or difficult season is down to Thomas Tuchel?
You can't remove me from it because it's all well and good saying the players are this, that, and the third. But I'm so sorry. You spent how much on these attackers, and whether or not they're the level of a City or a Liverpool player is beside the point. You're meant to be the 3rd best team in the league, and Lukaku didn't even come onto the pitch against Everton. He said everything about his season. But you won the Champions League. You're meant to be the team that's going to be like fighting with the top 2 teams. And attacking wise, if your fullbacks aren't getting them like thunder nonsense shots in, or your defenders aren't firing it in from here, there, everywhere, like the attacking play for Chelsea has been a nonsense for a minute, and they've been getting away with it because you're getting goals if everyone else is like, oh yeah, we're a team that has our defenders score. But we can flame Havertz and Werner and Lukaku. That's 3 though. That's three attackers. There's a pattern here. You can't. If it's just one, it's whatever. Even Cho, he's had some decent games, but even him was like misused. You got Ziyech who's been doing. This is not just a player thing.
Don't forget Pulisic. Don't forget Pulisic. Say him too.
Like I don't rate a lot of them to a higher level, but the level at which they're playing, they should be doing a lot better. And that system is nonsense. Or however they're being taught to attack is nonsense. It doesn't make any sense because, like I said, if it's just one player moving a bit off, like if it was just Lukaku, fair enough, innit? But it's Lukaku, it's Werner, it's Havertz, it's Pulisic, it's all of them. So that's a coach thing. That's not our players are rubbish.
Thank you.
Just to interrupt you there, there's been a goal at Old Trafford. I don't know, Oscar, if you seem to be behind.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was behind. Yeah, go
Oscar
ahead.
is behind. It looks like it's scored by Elanga. We've got Dalot on the right-hand side. He sends the ball forward. He puts one over the top behind the defenders. Elanga then sort of squares the ball across the box, and it's Bruno Fernandes who taps it in just outside the 6-yard box. Easy tap in there. Good ball from Dalot. Dalot then finds Elanga. Elanga finds Bruno. It's good one-touch football. It's lovely stuff. 1-0 to Manchester United.
Pete, can I read some comments before we get your opinion on this? Big up Iklas, Chelsea fan. He says, how have we got less wins than Arsenal and we're in May? This is embarrassing. He says, I'm done with this team. When will we start talking about Havertz? When will we start asking Tuchel questions? He's pissing me off now, making the same mistakes and not making any changes.
Havertz one, because I gave him a pass his first one, because I think he's a talented player. I do still think he is. But you get a pass for the first season. You don't get it for the second, especially for the money you came for. The level of coach that Tuchel's supposed to be, you can't have been scoring less goals than Tammy Abraham. You sold him. You can't kind of be playing. You can't do that.
Tammy was sold.
The leniency that has been given to him is the warrant he's won out. Like, Tuchel should be doing a lot better with what he's got at his disposal. It's kind of, you can say, Kai isn't this, he isn't that, but there's a certain level at which he is at that he should be doing a lot better than what he is doing. Same thing with Lukaku. Werner is 100%. That's Bundesliga 100%. That's just pace, and maybe I'll get happy in. But the other two have got ability where they should be playing a lot better than they are.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? I genuinely don't know what the problem is in terms of, like, as in, why is Tuchel in this? Why is he stuck in this mess? Why can't he seem to get some sort of fluidity out of his attackers? Why can't he get your any of your strikers being at least top goal scorer? In something, right? Because I look at this stats. If you don't mind me sharing this very quickly, if you could see it on the screen there, and I found out, Oscar, a way of how to get just the picture. But anyway, I don't know if you can see that good enough.
Yeah, why is it so small?
Well, it's just the image that the image is that small.
Fair enough.
I don't know if I can. Does that make any difference?
Yeah, that makes it much better. Yeah.
Oh, lovely jubbly there, John. There we go. Oh, lovely. Oh, yeah. How about that? So Mason Mount, of course, he's got the most goals for Chelsea this season. He's got the most assists for Chelsea this season. He takes the most shots. He's got the most created chances, most touches in the opposition box. Now, I don't know if that's good Mount or bad. Bad for the rest of the players in your forward line.
What have I told you about Mason Mount at Chelsea this year?
It's good for him.
I think this has been Mason Mount's worst season in a Chelsea shirt. That's my honest opinion. Like, him personally, I think he was better last season, and I think he was better the season before. Well, the season before was his first season, so it was kind of rough. Maybe he's been better this year than then. But this year, he's had so many spells where he's just spamming shots and doing absolutely nothing. This Everton game, oh my gosh, the Mount combination that they made of him just doing absolutely nothing is one of the most embarrassing. It's one of the most embarrassing compilations I've seen. The guy's just running.
If you want to be extra petty about it, you can dissect where those goals came from very easily.
Yeah, but this doesn't include the goal away at Real Madrid. It doesn't include that.
No. What I'm saying is, in terms of, I agree that I think his form is not as good as what it was last season. His stats look good.
Yeah. But
how many of them were it sucks to say it, but the chunk of it is against one team. So there's a kind of of
course. He scored a hat-trick, didn't he?
He scored a hat-trick against Norwich.
Obviously, you score. So the stats are still sick.
He scored a hat-trick against the worst team in the league.
What I'm saying is, our stats are great. I'm just saying in terms of how it looks as a whole. If he's having what we kind of agree is a poor season, he's the top scorer of your team. But it's a chunk thing where I think he's got 6 goals against Norwich.
4 against Norwich, so 1 hat-trick and then another one, and then 2 against Southampton when we won 6-0, and then the others have come sporadically. So there's been large chunks where Mount hasn't scored. He'll go 10 games without scoring a goal, and then he'll score 3. So then you're like,
I'm not saying he's dead, but it's it kind of adds to it. His stats are great in terms of he's a top scorer, but he's not been like good like that this season, and him being the best at Chelsea is skewing things.
It don't mean anything. And just to read what some of the comments are saying, Barack is saying, you know, you have a problem when the players that aren't attackers are more of a goal threat than your actual attackers. Don't be fooled, guys. Mason Mount is a midfielder. He's not an attacker. So really and truly, I shouldn't be looking at him for the goals.
Well, sorry, I was going to say that with Kai Havertz as well. I'm not so sure Kai Havertz should be. There should be this much pressure on him.
Kai is an attacker.
But as in this amount of pressure that's on him right now, because people are saying, you know, I saw AD say that, you know, he's not a killer and all that kind of stuff. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, he's not a number 9, nor is he a winger.
I mean, what was he playing as in the Bundesliga? It's the Bundesliga, so
I think he was a support.
They played him up front.
Was he not support striker behind? What's my man's name now? I forgot.
Him. Like, they made him like the false 19. That's what he was doing.
And honestly, he's been doing the false 19 for real.
So it's one of those things where he can play 10, he can play false 9, but like the way he's good in the air, doesn't use it enough. He is quick, doesn't use it enough. He's very good on the ball, doesn't do it enough. And he's a good striker with the ball, doesn't do it enough. So it's like, we're not trying to say be Ronaldo, but the level at which he's playing, and like it or not, the price tag does involve this thing. He costs a lot. You need more.
Pete, can you remove the picture, because there's a couple of comments I want to put up, but it blocks. It blocks our faces when we do that. Yeah, it blocks Lola's face anyway, so I don't want to do that. But a couple of guys are affirming the points that are being made. Ikla says Mount stats are false. If you watch him play, he's been horrible. He's been Bruno Fernandesing. SW6 says the same thing. Don't let the stats fool you. Mount's been poor. Ladimus is agreeing with you. He's saying, I've been saying that about Mount. He's also saying, stop that, Oscar. Mount has been playing a forward for 3 seasons now. He's a forward. Look, for me, just because managers choose to play him in that position, that doesn't mean I'm going to call him that. Like, these managers have been misusing Mount. Like, I'm sorry, Tuchel playing him in the front 3 has something I've never been in favour of. Never. I don't think it works.
That's what I say, like, to a much lesser level when I talk about Iwobi. I said lesser for a reason. Yeah. Like, Iwobi has never, in my opinion, been an attacker, but he's been playing as a winger. All of his best games for both Arsenal, Nigeria, and even for Everton have all been in midfield, because he's a midfielder. So
Wenger did say he was a 10. He did say that, but you know,
ball carrying,
played him, And
then it's like certain players, you need to know what they are, but then because they are maybe the only option you've got, you shove them on the wing, and so now they're turning to be the attackers, they're not.
I think my point behind that was not so much to say, like let's give Mount leeway because he's not forward. Because look, Mount's got the most goals, so what? Like, but my point was more so to say, why isn't Thomas Tuchel getting out the best out of the players that actually have attacking attributes? Like your players like Pulisic, who's supposed to be able to beat a man and dribble. Your players like Ziyech, who's supposed to be able to create in the final third. Your players like Havertz, who's supposed to make the timed runs and get on the end of things. Why aren't these players performing? Lukaku is the major one for me, because I refuse to believe that Lukaku is trash overnight. I refuse to believe it. I know some people want to say, he's put on weight, or he doesn't care anymore, or his head's down, or he's all of this nonsense to me. Absolute nonsense. Lukaku is a goal scorer. He's got 100 Premier League goals. If you play him in the right system, he will score goals for you. I don't want to hear no excuses. We paid 100 million
Premier League goals.
Yes, well over. He's like 120.
Pretend that Lukaku is some when they do that thing where they say, when they compare like Tammy to Lukaku, they say, Tammy did the season. It's like, no, don't compare it to Lukaku. Battered up the Premier League. Let's not pretend like he's not like he did a madness at Everton when he was at West Brom for the loan. He did actually score a lot of goals. He's just a bit of a clunky footballer. And there's the whole thing where he was in Italy. Conte gave Tuchel the freaking blueprint on how to use him. Didn't do it. Again, Tuchel's been nonsense. I'm not giving him any kind of leeway. He's been stupid this entire season. He's been a massive flop. But Tuchel even plays 3 at the back, and he's not utilising what Lukaku can actually do.
You know, outside of course, you know, people are bringing up the stats about less wins than Arsenal and 3 points ahead of Arsenal, blah, blah, right? But if we take that away just for a second, has Chelsea's season been anything kind of less than you expected? 3rd in the Premier League. They've been in cup finals. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit like, well, you know, this is like a good I say good. It's a strong season in my opinion for Chelsea because considering everything else that's around them. I know that it looks more messy than it actually is, but when you sort of peel it back, you actually just think, hang on,
the one before. Let's not do that.
Say again.
Big up Latimer. He says Lukaku has 100 Premier goals more.
Let's put them together there.
What it is, right?
How dare you? Latimus, we were good until that comment. Oh, shameless scenes.
No, but I think the Chelsea season of it all is, on paper, if they finish third, on paper, if they finish third, it's fine. Like, if you just look at it and you see the table and it ends with Chelsea's third,
mm-hmm.
You can't ignore the actual look of the season. They again, this is not saying they should be now like 1 point off Liverpool. No, let's have although to be honest, there was enough people and pundits and ex-players and fans saying that Chelsea should be in the race. So technically, that's already kind of a whole level drops already. But in terms of on paper, you can say they finished third and it's fine, but they've been bad. You can't not like United bad, but relatively speaking to what they're supposed to be able to do as Champions League winners and all that stuff, they haven't been good for what they have. They'll finish third, partly, and this is where this thing's coming. Partly is because Spurs, Arsenal, and United are Spurs, Arsenal, and United. So them getting third, say if even put it down as simple as this, Arsenal beat Brighton or Southampton, which is even a bit easier one. Either one of them, when everyone points to Chelsea, how does that work? That's not good. That shouldn't be.
It should never be the case. Never be the case. So I think on paper, you're looking at the situation. Okay, you won the European Super Cup. We won the Club World Cup. We got to the League Cup final. We're in the final of the FA Cup. On paper and finishing third, which is where you would have us. You'd expect us to be third. On paper, it's not that bad, but there's always context. There's always context when you watch the actual games. And I think Chelsea should be way closer to Liverpool and City than we are. That's what our squad dictates. The results, I can name to you so many horrible results that a squad of this quality should not be putting up. Whether you rate them or not, Chelsea shouldn't be losing to Everton. You shouldn't. I don't care.
You've given them 4 points. It's your fault that they're in the league next season.
Yeah, facts.
You've given
I
them
don't care
4 points.
if you rate the strikers or not. We're not close to them. Let me read a few more comments and then I guess. Latimer says, thank you, Oscar. Lukaku is the only player on our team we can actually trust to score goals amongst these few guys he's forwards. Yeah, we don't play to his strengths. That's a fact. Iklas says, Oscar, is this worse than the 17-18 under Conte? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Bad. Let's not move that man.
How bad 17-18 was? We were getting slapped 4-0 by Bournemouth.
Oh, Oscar. Just very quickly, at Old Trafford, Ivan Toney's missed a point-blank header just over the bar. I mean, it was a delicious ball from Christian Eriksen on the left-hand side. He whips it into there. De Gea beaten, but he puts it over the bar.
Yeah,
should have been 1-1.
That was a stinker from De Gea. Iklas, I get that you're upset, but come on, man. Let's rein it in. Let's have some constraint. We finished fifth. Finished fifth that year. Fifth.
Exactly. Did you win the FA Cup though?
We did win the FA Cup.
Yeah. So,
What do you mean? We've won a Super Cup and a Club World Cup.
I'm just saying, they're not that. They're not that different, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's worse. I'm just saying,
but we're third, and that one, we finished fifth in that season.
Yeah. But FA Cup is, I think, would hold more prestige than the Super Cup. Am I
we
right
finished
or wrong?
fifth
Maybe?
with Eden Hazard, Fabregas, and Costa.
Yeah, listen, it weren't a good season.
Courtois was our keeper. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
There's no excuse.
It wasn't a good season. Oh dear, Oscar. Wolves have lost their last 3 games. Okay, I don't think they've scored either in their last 3. Losing away at Newcastle, losing away at Burnley, losing at home to Brighton on the weekend, 3-0. What do you think your chances are? What do you think the scoreline will be? Will Chelsea redeem Wolverhampton Wanderers, or do we reckon that Chelsea will get back on form?
No, because you see the thing about Chelsea that is the most annoying thing.
Yeah,
we just we'll bounce back. We'll lose and then bounce back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Why is that annoying?
Because we're so inconsistent.
Yes.
We're so inconsistent. We'll beat Wolves. Like Iklas is saying, Wolves is definitely a 1-0 loss or a 0-0. No, we'll beat Wolves 2-0.
You probably give Wolves a hiding.
Yeah. We'll score a 75th minute goal after a boring game, and then we'll score a last minute goal, and it'll be 2-0, and it'll be like, oh yeah, this is the Chelsea, yeah, sure. But deep down, we're crap. Like, and I've said it on this podcast every single week for the past 8 months. We are a garbage team that doesn't know how to play football. I can't watch us play at Stamford Bridge every single week, and we have the ball. The opposition says, "Here you go, do something," and we can't do anything. Like, no creativity. We get to the final third. Kante in the final third, he's looking around like, who do I pass to? What do I do? No ideas. No ideas, guys. It's shocking. And that's where I'm just like, Thomas Tuchel, please arrest the situation, because you clearly know how to organize a defense. You clearly know how to sort out the back line. You did it to a fantastic job. You can't let these players get from the ball from the back to the final third and then sit there like, what do we do? What do we do? Pulisic can't beat a man. Mount can't play a through ball.
What injury does Cho have?
So Cho had an ankle injury, and then it turned into a back injury. So he was out with his ankle, and then Tuchel said, "Yeah, he's done some light training. He's back. He's ready to go." Then it was like, "Oh, he had an issue with his back," and then he was out again. So he apparently he's going to play again this season. That's the rumors that we're hearing. He's coming back, but he's out.
Can't lie.
He's been out for a long time.
He needs to be a big man and say, you know, I'm done at Chelsea. Go somewhere else.
He put his own career anyway. Oscar, how long are you giving Tuchel next season in terms of if things don't change?
Just to say, Thomas Tuchel's never lost a game that Cho has started.
Point I'm making.
But cool.
How many games?
Never lost a game with Cho.
How many games has Cho started under Tuchel?
I don't know. You can count them. I don't know how many are, but I can tell you this:
if it's 3 games, then it's like, well,
how many games has Tuchel lost? How about that?
I don't know. How many has he lost?
There's a lot. There's been like 5 this season. No Cho in any of those appearances, but that's me being shameless.
No, but I'm saying leave in terms of like, just go somewhere, less pressure, chill, actually just play, and then just be.
Oh, Ronaldo's gone down in the penalty area, guys. I don't know if he's been. Have they not given it? Okay.
No penalty. The ref didn't even look at it. SW6 says, I've always said Chelsea love to do things the hard way. They don't know peace. Big up JM. He says, Tuchel injuries him purposely. Doesn't want to see the performances.
Tuchel injures him purposely.
Oh, injures him purposely.
Oh, maybe injures Cho personally. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean,
Prime hates it when I gas up Cho, man. He said Thomas Tuchel has never lost a game Cho started. Oscar, bring the statistical breakdown of those stats. I gave you the statistical breakdown. Every time Thomas Tuchel has lost a game, Callum Hudson-Odoi did not start that game.
How many of them are draws? How many of them are wins? I wanted the breakdown.
I don't know that. You find that out. That's your stat. You find that. I'm not finding that.
Oscar, how long? Like I said, how long do you give him next season if things don't change at Chelsea?
I think Thomas Tuchel's here for the long run. I don't think there's any we've got new owners now, and the fans love Thomas. No, as in we're going to there's rumors that the owners have been chosen, but nothing official has been confirmed. No, the American ones. Todd Bowley, I think it's the guy that's the owner of
Todd Bowley.
Todd.
Hey, Todd.
American owners, man. I might have to join.
Oscar, you're gonna have to join it in that. You know, we're here to make money and take it away. Okay, welcome to the Man United, to the Arsenal, and a bit of the Liverpool as well.
Yeah,
man. To make money.
So he owns the Dodgers, isn't it? And what I mean by that is that I think they recognize Thomas Tuchel's won the Champions League. If they know anything about football, they recognize that he's a good manager, and we need stability for at least a couple of years. So I think
realistically, who else is out there?
Yeah, where are you going? If you sack Tuchel, where are you going?
If you bring it like back to like a normal, regular level, who's actually about that is on Tuchel's level or above? Like, Tuchel's still a good manager, he's just moving a bit mad.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, it's a good question. Well, anyway, it'll be interesting to see. I want to see how long it will take for everybody to turn. Baraka, you're dreaming. It could be that guy. We know for sure it's not going to be Roman Abramovich. It's not going to be Roman Abramovich style. I'm not really sure if Chelsea will be that club again. I don't think they'll ever be near the cities and Newcastle, maybe even Man United in terms of spending. I hope that's the case. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see.
A last prediction from Boss Lakendo, and then we can move on. SW6 says Tuchel is the man, no doubt. Boss Lakendo said Liverpool 4, Chelsea 1, FA Cup final. I will remember that. I will remember that one.
That's the thing. The wind is blowing so much in the Liverpool direction that I do think Chelsea will win this. And I've thought that since you went through to the final. I did think from day one.
I know we'll perform on final day. I know we'll put out a performance. We're not going to get battered like we should. But will we win? I can't guarantee that.
On Everton, Oscar, first of all, thank you for giving them 3 points.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's the matter with you?
Yes, nonsense. Not nonsense.
We had nothing to play for, man. For.
The whole point is Everton need to get relegated, and you're helping. I don't appreciate it at all.
Everton need to go down.
Hey, Flyboy, if I catch you, I'm gonna slap you. I swear, that. I swear.
Yo,
you think Troy hits 2 goals this season?
It's a great question.
Has he scored 2 this season?
Turning.
Oh Jesus, Troy.
If I go into Premier League,
got one. I think he's got one. I think
Eddie Nketiah has got more goals. Are we sure?
Yeah, bro. He bagged against who did he bag against? No, he's all comps. He's got more all comps.
Remove all comps. Premier League.
He's got more all comps.
Premier League.
He bagged against Juventus. Yeah, he does not count for nothing. Juventus.
Premier League.
Norwich.
Wow. Oscar's scratching. He is.
Norwich. I don't remember. I genuinely think he's got 1 goal. I don't remember the other goal if he scored another one.
Scratching.
But yeah, man, that Norwich goal was something special. You need to go watch that. That was a finish still.
Man. Oscar, how have you only scored 68 goals this season? That is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it's shocking.
Considering the top 2 are in the mid-80s. 68. It's not good.
You know what else happened?
That's 1 goal.
go on, AD. You're saying?
They've slapped. They've given team 7. They've given team 6. So that means on average they're getting a lot of zeros, basically, a lot of zeros and ones.
Yeah, they're coming against Everton's and West Ham's and. Lola, there's something wrong with your mic. I'm not hearing you so clear.
Yeah, not.
I'm hearing so Gabriel's match shows entire Premier career goal tally. The problem. In 1 season.
Look. Let's talk about. Cho has more goals in the Champions League this season than Gabriel has appearances this season.
The point is,
let's not.
Gabriel's matched in 1 season. A centre back.
This is a fact. This is a fact. But Gabriel can win headers. You know what I mean? Cho's not really the heading type. So...
Oscar, can I rant about something?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna post this up because I think I just as I started to come back to watching football again. There's a reason why I think I need to get off it because what the flip is this?
I don't know, man.
I need questions, Sway.
I think personally that has a serious contender for the waviest picture of the season.
First of all, when he listen, bro, when he carried the thing, when he carried it, I said, yeah, do you know what? This is that. If throw me a flare, boy. Oops, throw me a flare, and I will be carrying that, fam. I'll be running to the hills. But the FA to investigate for what?
I don't know, man. You know what these lot are on, man. They're just.
I was confused. It's not like, oh yeah, a fan dashed it at him. He's trying to throw it back at a Chelsea fan or something like that. No, in fact, it's song and dance. You know them ones. Man's picked up the flare. He's pumped, and he's lamped it in the corner where there's no fans as well. By the way, he doesn't even hit
it on the floor.
He picked it up from the floor and then he chucked it in the corner. So there's a part of the stadium where there's no seating as such. It looks like it's OB truck areas and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm just a bit like I just don't know. I just don't understand it. I'm furious about that. I'll stop now. But yeah, it's just absolute. What is it? It's nothing.
Yeah,
it's
man.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
but anyway. But thank you for giving Everton 4 points this season.
No, my pleasure, man. My pleasure.
Because of you. Yeah, because of you, they are now going to stay. You know, they could be staying up in the league this season.
I want the same energy. I want you, who said that they were going to go down, to keep that energy at the end. That's all I want.
Yeah, but we'll send them down. We'll send them down. Don't worry about that. Last day they play us.
Yeah, but you also play Leeds. You got to beat Leeds.
Damn
That's
it!
the main thing. Leeds play Chelsea. They play Arsenal. I can't remember who else they play. They play a couple tough games.
The thing is that you don't need to like the relegation battle. Man, them don't win. That's one thing at least you can bank on. Like the majority of the games, you don't win them. So what is it? 3 games left, right? 3 to 4 games left, depending on your games.
Yeah. Whose results for me to check?
I think Everton have 5 now.
Everton, I think they have 4 now.
Man are telling me Everton haven't played who? Who was it, Oski? Was it you in the group chat? Everton haven't played.
Get this. Aston Villa have not played Burnley this season.
So they got to play them twice.
I repeat, Aston Villa have not played Burnley. On game week 34, Aston Villa have not played Burnley.
Yeah, that's when Burnley were like the ones who were like postponing the majority of the games. Like they had a bag of games.
Lola, none of these teams are in Europe. Why is this happening?
Fast. Why is it happening? On a real, why?
Did they have a Club World Cup to play?
No, but that's the thing, because Burnley were like under the radar of being the ones who were postponing left, right, and centre, and no one noticed it until it came to the point. It was like they're so far behind.
You know, as you can see here are the bottom 6, and you know,
with more Southampton aren't going down. They got 40. They're fine.
I mean,
no, they're not. They're not. They're between those.
Listen, 9 points are available. 9 points are available. They have to be added into this mix. There's 9 points.
I'm saying, no, but if we're being realistic here, you've got Burnley, Leeds, and Everton who are on 34 and below. Southampton have a cushion of being at 40. Them are not going to win all of their games the rest of the season. Southampton can afford to just do nonsense, and they'll be fine. There's a reason the whole 40 point mark thing's a thing.
Lola, how about this? How about Burnley finish above Southampton this season?
Yeah, still not going down there. My point was like, who's getting relegated? Southampton's not in this at all, in my opinion.
Guys, unfortunately, I have to say, it's unfortunate because I don't want it to happen, really, but I do. Leeds are going down, man.
Oh, Burnley are staying up. The second they came back from that 1-0, they're staying up. It's Leeds or Everton.
It's Leeds. It's Leeds.
Oscar,
what's fixtures? It's Leeds.
What are Leeds' fixtures, please?
Let me pull them up.
Oh, I thought you had them. Sorry.
I had them, but then I left to look at the table, and then you pulled up the table.
I can pull on Leeds.
No, it's fine. I got it. So Leeds next Sunday have Arsenal away. That's an L.
3 points.
Then on the Wednesday they have Chelsea away. Sorry, Chelsea at home. Then they've got Brighton at home. You have to win that game. You have to. And on the final day of the season, they go away to Brentford.
Bloody hell!
They could potentially get 2 wins.
What's Everton's run?
Let's go to Everton now. Everton next Sunday away at Leicester. Then away at Watford.
That's hit or miss.
Hit or miss. Then in the home Goodison Park atmosphere, they bring Brentford. You have to win that if you're trying to stay up.
Yeah.
And then at home again, they've got Crystal Palace. And then final day of the season, they've got Arsenal. Now, the funniest thing about this is I saw a little tweet today that says, on the last day of the season, there could be a situation going into the game in which Arsenal and Everton both need a point to achieve their respective goals. And they do the whole handshake.
Respectfully, I ain't trying to see that. No handshake. I need Everton relegated.
Listen, bruv.
Let's chill out here.
I'm not gonna
I need them relegated.
If I was a manager, fam, and I have to exercise corrupt levels, I am shaking hands.
Arteta and Frank do the handshake.
Bro, listen, and Arteta's former Everton. Listen, there is a meeting taking place.
Oh, he is as well. Oh my God.
Meeting taking place before kickoff. Listen, I've got the best red wine to find. Okay, how about we both stay in the league, and how about you get me some Champions League football, and we keep it moving.
That's a fact. That's what's gonna happen,
bro. An envelope?
Now Chelsea. I actually hate Chelsea now because now I forgot that Arteta.
Why are you hating Chelsea?
Because
when you went to Goodison yourselves and you lost.
We are not good, Scar. We're not good. So expected nonsense. No, I'm so sorry, but are we not saying? Are you admitting that Chelsea and Arsenal are the same level then?
You have more wins than us.
Are Chelsea and Arsenal the same level? Oscar, answer my question. Are we the same level?
We're not the same level.
Well, pick and choose. Pick and choose. Are we the same level or not?
We're not the same. This season, we've been the same level in the league.
So we're the same level. All right, cool. I'll take that one. I'll take that on my part.
Lola, give them this one. Give them this one. Look, who's got more wins overall in Premier League history, in Football League history?
Oh, we're doing that.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
All I'm saying is the nonsense that Arsenal. All I'm saying is now the nonsense that Arsenal did with Everton early season is Arsenal. Typical Arsenal. You expect stupidity. You man was supposed to win and you failed. So now Arteta, I forgot his ex-Everton, so he's now going to give Everton a draw or something. And now we're stuck with them in the league where they could easily go there. All the work that Everton have done, they deserve to get relegated. And now they're staying up. And I hate you and Manchester United for giving them wins.
Now, Oscar, on a real, bro. Like, on a real. Like, you man have given them... You've given man rope, blood.
Look,
like, for what? Like, not even a draw, Not even a draw. A win.
It's like you're trying to get something out of me here when I done told you last week. This game was a win-win for me. If Lampard got it was a W for Oscar.
The way Lampard celebrated at the end is what he didn't even celebrate. You could tell an envelope was passed, man. Chelsea, come on.
Yeah, the thing is, he came out in his post-match interview and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry to the Chelsea fans for my celebration." I said, no worries, mate. Don't apologize to me. Don't apologize to me because Aspilicueta gifted you a goal. You're going to apologize to me.
God. Talk about that goal. Richarlison should not be scoring that goal.
I swear, the last 3 games of Chelsea has it not been Aspie at fault for all of the major goals.
Oscar got a warrant for his arrest.
No, because when I can't tweet about Aspie because the proper Chelsea people will say, "Oh, you're not proper Chelsea."
He's won it all, Oscar. He's won it all.
He's won it all. You got to back him. He's your captain. No, get him out, guys. I swear down. When I found out he signed a 1-year extension, I nearly fell down to my knees in the office. I swear. I looked at the tweet in the office and I said, a new 1-year deal rolling. I said, guys, we cannot play in 2023 with Aspie. We cannot.
Wow.
We cannot.
Wow. So
last thing, Prime says, Oscar, you are my bro and I've got love for you, but you're a disgrace thinking Frank beating us is okay. No. Chelsea Football Club is a disgrace. Look, Prime, you follow me on Twitter. You know, I'll be at the games. I spent my hard-earned money to watch us lose 4-1 to Brentford. Yeah? I love this club. You can't question my love for this club. I've been there.
Do you know what, Oscar? That's not spoken about enough. Let me park there for a second. That's not spoken about enough, yeah? Where man them pay money to watch their teams get beat. You think, hang on a minute.
I saw Benzema dunk a 3-piece on my head. Don't tell me I don't love this club. Don't, yeah? But look, if we're going to piss about and we're not going to chase Liverpool and Man City, then I don't care about these games. I watched us play against Man United. We drew 1-1. It didn't faze me because we're not fighting for where we should be fighting for.
God, how boring was that, by the way? How boring was that?
Wolves. If we draw against Wolves, you won't see me crying about it. I'll be on the stream.
Well, even
if you lose, what if you lose to Wolves?
But I'm checked out of the league. Like I'm annoyed. Okay, but I don't care.
Scenario. You lose all your games, Spurs and Arsenal get 3rd and 4th. What happens then?
No. Obviously this all everything I'm saying now is within the context of us finishing 3rd.
Oh yeah.
It's within the context of us. If we finish 4th, even if Arsenal finish 3rd and we finish 4th, I'll be furious. And then I'll be like, oh, we should have never let Everton win. But if we're gonna finish 3rd, who cares? Let Frank have his points. Let Frank stay up. Because I got love for Frank Lampard too. Ronaldo's just made it 2-0 to Manchester United, and he's done the yeah, big up him, man.
He's got like 10 of their last 11 goals, I swear.
Match winning goals. He's literally single-handedly made this season look less embarrassing than it could have been. They could have easily been in around the 8th and 9th thing that Arsenal had last season. The season before.
Real talk, yeah. Where would Man United be without Cristiano Ronaldo this season?
8th or 9th. They would be damn near fighting Crystal Palace to get top half the table.
Or someone can say that since he's come, all the other forwards' output has plummeted. I don't know.
This too. It's
Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's a sliding doors thing. Listen,
isn't it? I'm all for this kind of propaganda. Yeah? I'm all for it when it comes to, you bring this one in, it affects blah, blah. But when we're talking about Messi and Ronaldo, that conversation cannot exist. Like, if is Ronaldo to blame for why Man United are playing? I don't give a damn. You play through Cristiano Ronaldo, okay? He's CR7 for a reason. The guy is a beast.
Peter,
yes,
he's
want to hold your horses. They're checking for a possible offside.
Here he is. It's Ronaldo.
Oh, it's offside, guys. It's offside.
My point still counts, though. Offside or not, it counts.
I've just seen the goal, but
it doesn't look in any way offside, does it?
No, I'm sorry. I've just you don't see it in the beginning. So I'm just wondering how long that's taken, because since you've announced the goal, I've only just seen the goal now.
Same.
And so I'm a bit like, that was a long delay. Do you know what I mean?
I do ask why it took so long for them to just kind of stop acting as if Ronaldo's anything more than a striker at the moment. It took them so long to figure out that stop trying to pretend like he's a winger, because he's not.
What's crazy is if Ronaldo was 25 and he was just a striker, no one would have a bad word to say about him. They'd be saying,
what? 19 Premier League goals, if this one counts.
Hey, wait, was that
people say bad things about him because he's not the Ronaldo he used to be, not because he's not good.
But what's funny is, like Roy Keane was saying, Ronaldo never pressed, even when he was at United before.
He's not a presser. He's never been a presser.
Did anything. You know what I'm saying? He never did anything. He literally just, he scored goals.
I will say, offside or not, Mata, good ball there.
Yeah,
listen, I think
always never left it. He's never lost it, man.
Mata's a quality player. He's an absolutely quality player. Just the age, I guess, is what.
United ruined him. Still, he went at 25. They ruined his career.
I mean, Chelsea selling him was odd.
Look at
Mourinho, isn't it?
C1, this fake guy, man.
Was odd.
Yeah, it's offside, man. It's offside. You're doing Get out of there, man.
No, but on the order, like Mata's on the list of players United ruined.
Yeah. I mean, he
I blame Mourinho. Still, I blame Mourinho. I don't care. It's his fault.
I understand why Mourinho gets the blame, because he sold him, didn't he?
He sold him, and then he went to Man United.
Ended up having him, and then went to United.
No, but man, the man thing's egregious. He won the player of the season twice in a row.
Yeah, right. Chelsea. Yeah.
Do you know who Mata was at Chelsea?
No, Mata was unbelievable player. When you lot got him, I was so gutted. He's an unbelievable player.
Here, Ladimus, that's a lie. Ronaldo did press at United under Fergie. He was part of the forward line, Tevez and Rooney, and those three were dogs consistently running. You know what, yeah? I've heard many an ex-player, like Gary Neville, Roy Keane, they always say, when a player like Ronaldo's on the pitch, you have to run harder because he's not going to do those running. Like, he's not going to do it.
And that's okay, by the way.
He's a magical player. So
that's why, like, bar like agenda, when I say like Ronaldo's a problem, like it's one of those one that's like with the asterisk of like it's a problem, but he's scoring damn near 20 goals, so you can't really get too mad at it.
You know the ones. I'll make up for it, blood. They said that about Cantona. Cantona made up for it elsewhere. Listen, it's what angered me. Wow, it's what angered me about like the Mesut Ozil talk, because I was like, I don't need him to. If anything, I want him to preserve that energy so he can be sending through balls. That's all I want to see him do. I never want to see him make a tackle in his career.
He's not good at it.
You know what I'm saying? It's not what I came here to see. I didn't come here to see that. So, anyway, can we move on from this debacle?
Please. On Everton though, Pickford had a brilliant game.
He's a good goalkeeper, Lola.
Question. Did he?
He did. Let's not pretend like this is not me saying he's like. This is not me saying he's Alisson or Edison levels. He had a brilliant game. Let's not pretend like he didn't.
Yeah, credit where credit's due. I hate the guy.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. He did
like he's an annoying guy, but like he had a brilliant game. Like we can put it in context of the game.
Yeah,
he took a year of Van Dijk's career.
He
I actually love that much.
That's my favorite moment of top 4 history. That's you being angry at Jordan Pickford is my favorite moment.
I started forgiving him for that.
Fair enough.
I swear it's the top pinned tweet on Top 4 Podcast's Twitter account right now.
I think so. Yeah, that clip.
I think it's still that clip.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, let's briefly touch on the two teams who are fighting for the title, who Chelsea were trying to chase. You've got Manchester City giving Leeds 4, and you've got Liverpool getting a hard-fought victory at St James's Park against the Newcastle side, who've done pretty well at home this year. Adrian, do you think the timings of each of the games that you've got left, as with Man City, does it favour one more than the other? Do you prefer to play first? Do you prefer to play second? That type of thing.
Yeah, I think I saw that for the next sort of 3 games we played before City. I think ideally you wanna lay that marker down, and you wanna, even if it's for 2 hours, you wanna be top of the league, because then City know, we have to win this game. But it's almost like it puts the battery up their back. Like i.e. that Burnley game, it was like a bat out of hell. They slapped them like 2-0. Yeah, and the Seaside are relentless. But I think just sort of mentally, I'd rather play first, because equally, like when City do win and it does become 4 points again, then it's a bit like, ooh, like we can't really slip up here. So yeah.
Because I didn't really want to touch too tough on this game, on the games, because there was nothing like amazing or extravagant about them. Both teams did their job; they got the wins. I was very surprised at the amount of rotation, and of late, I've been thinking, Jurgen Klopp, like he likes to dabble with God's grace a little bit too much, because every time I'm seeing man change it up, switch it up. This time, no Salah. You know what I'm saying? And now it's a bit like, to me, it was a bit like, oh, okay, hello, type of thing. But you still got the victory against a good Newcastle side. And of course, these are the remaining fixtures, if you include all the competitions, whether they will have an impact somewhere, some shape or form. Where do you see either team dropping points if they had to? Let's say they do, where would it be?
I think the most likely game for me is a must-win game for Tottenham next week for Liverpool.
God, Adrian, if you let Tottenham Hotspur beat you in that next Saturday,
I don't think they'll win, but I think a point, or it's just like it's the only tough game. Liverpool. Let's be real. Liverpool are going to breeze past Aston Villa. They're probably going to breeze past Tottenham too. They're going to slap up Southampton. They're going to slap up Wolves. So I'm not worried about Liverpool winning games. Manchester City are going to walk all over Newcastle, Wolves, West Ham, and Aston Villa. Sorry to just ruin this whole segment, but yeah,
I would have said something different with Wolves if Traore was still there, because he had that weird voodoo over City. Yeah, but he's gone. So that one might kind of. I think Newcastle at home, they'll be fine. Wolves, I think they'll be fine. The things have slightly changed. I think maybe the only one that you could say maybe that the team might fight is Villa, purely because of the whole Steven Gerrard thing. Maybe.
Gerrard's a bum.
No. But when I say that, it's one of those ones where some weird things where it's like the energy might be different.
Do you know why?
Just purely because he might be able to ruin someone's party whilst helping his boys.
Do you know why I don't think it will, Lola? Because that's the last day of the season. Do you know what that means? That means the Premier League trophy is in the Etihad. Like it's there. It's there. They're gonna have the fake one at Anfield, but the real one will be at the Etihad, and they'll be ready to win it out. The players will sense it, man. I don't think they're losing last day of the season. I think out of the two, the only one that maybe for Liverpool is the Spurs one, and I swear to God,
I'm not talking to you for the rest of the season. If you lose to Liverpool or even draw, to Spurs, I'm not talking to you for the rest of the season. And if we don't secure top 4, it will be your fault.
Huh? Did I ask you first of all? We're winning like in spite of what you want. I didn't ask you to be about it. I certainly didn't ask you to lose to Palace. I was on my knees when you lost to Palace. No, but my lads, on a serious one though, I think this weekend, I don't know what hit me, but when I watched that Leeds game, it dawns on me like a ton of bricks. See, ain't letting this go, man.
Have you not watched this season? Have you not watched City this season? The relentlessness, the fact that
because it gave it away, because like Leeds were City were getting like harassed by Leeds, but Leeds are dead up front. But then City was like, you know what? Now we're still going to score in windows. So it's one of those annoying things where it's like, I can easily see both of you guys just winning all your games, and then because City already in front, it's done.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I look at the title race as though Liverpool are 5 points behind. Seeing right now that the gap is 1 point is even surprising to me, because there's no way I see City slipping. Like I just don't see them dropping. I don't know. This whole season I've been on this whole thing that Liverpool should win the league, but I can't.
Or maybe a cheeky. Maybe like the hardest one for Man City is maybe the cheeky Newcastle thing, purely because Real Madrid it depends on how Real Madrid play. If Real Madrid proper push them to the wire away, that make me maybe shake him up for the game against Newcastle, because Newcastle are in decent form. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. They had a great first leg. That was one of the best games to watch.
But
so I hope they give us another classic.
Yeah, because off the back of that point, let's just say they give us another classic, they scratch, they claw, and then they bottle it somehow. The hangover potentially. But I fancy that game a lot more if it's at St James's though.
Yeah, but they're at home, so.
To me, I don't know. I feel like if City went out in the Champions League, miraculous, and I say it's not even miraculous because City always seem to find a way to get knocked out. I think the next team is getting 6, 7, and 8 in the back of their net. That's the kind of team. That's the kind of team I've become accustomed to. Where when Guardiola loses one, the day he loses 2 in a row, he would be fired. He would have left the job. Because I don't think he's lost 2 games in a row ever, has he? So if he has, I'm sure there's somebody's going to pull out a stat somewhere. But you catch my drift. Like the next team is going to hold corn because of what happened to them in the Bernabeu. So, and if they win, they're on a high. You know what I'm saying? And you crack on. And same with Liverpool. Should be through against Villarreal this week as well. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting end. One thing that should never happen though, and honestly, football needs to change the rules again on this. When you finish on level points, you cannot declare a winner. Let them have a playoff. Let them fight each other. Because this idea that you finish on the same points, but because one scored more goals, come on, it's bent. Come on.
Peter,
you
can't win. You can't.
Peter, don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous.
It just means
I can't lie.
I'm not being ridiculous.
I actually hear what Peter's saying.
You can't lose the league title when you've got the same points as the winner.
I think that makes sense.
Of course you can.
No, but it's silly.
No, but it just means you should have scored and let scores in. That's your fault.
Yeah, you should have won another game.
But you won the game. But you won the game. There's circumstances. There's situations. There's circumstances. You beating Wolves because you probably had maybe you didn't have Van Dijk, so you won only 1-0 or 2, or let's say you won 3-2 because you had no Van Dijk. You beat Wolves, but Man City beat Wolves 5-0 and it had a full strength side. That doesn't
sounded like
either one.
Like a Liverpool fan.
I mean, I'm just.
But there are different games.
Let's be very clear. By the way, sorry, Lola. Let's be very clear. As much as I hate Manchester United with all that is in me, I hate them with everything. Them losing the league title to Man City is bent.
Who asked them to draw 4-4 at home?
Who forced them to do all those things?
I just think, I wouldn't say it's bent because when the league started, you knew what the rules were going.
You knew where it was,
bro. Of course. But
if I was to make a tweak to the Premier League, I don't think Peter's rule is the worst thing in the world. Like losing it.
To be honest, I'm more
to watch that game. That game.
No, I'm more inclined to kind of see the playoff thing for like Champions League rather than the Champions.
Oh, that's meaty.
I think that'd be more interesting. I think it'd be more fun.
So meaty.
I think it'd be more fun. I think it'd be more fun.
That team has to represent us in Europe.
No, you're toss.
Actually, no, because
especially just looking, how many times have teams that got to the Champions to our team have been nonsense?
Yeah, but
are
you suggesting that Arsenal could finish 4th, you could enter a playoffs, and you could lose to West Ham, and West Ham go Champions?
No, it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, but
I like that more. I like chaos. I like chaos. It's more fun. It's more fun. Says who? Says who?
About being funny.
Says who? I've seen bare nonsense happen in this league already. You might as well add to it.
So right.
When I called out away goals for time, I've been anti away goals since I was born, and yet it was outrageous. It was egregious. Then somebody this year said, "You know what? We need to scrap this rule because it's not fair." In the same way, it's not fair. I finished on 89 points. You finished on 89 points, but one of us is the winner. And one of us is the loser. I'm so sorry.
But then, Peter, how far does that go then? Surely that should extend to the relegations, no?
If you're level on points, playoff. It all counts. Go head to head.
Do it for everything then. Don't do it for one. Do it for everything. Do it for every major thing. For Champions League, for Europa League, Conference, the relegation. Do it for all of it.
7th and 9th place.
I'm not saying anything different. Yeah, because 7th and 9th, the money's involved. Yeah, say 3 teams are on the same points. They all have money to prize money depending where you finish.
It's on the table. But you know what my thing is? And that's what separates for me the Premier League to Europe, because obviously the whole argument is that you don't necessarily have to be the best team in Europe to win the Champions League. With regards to the Premier League, over a 38 game season, in my opinion, the produce you produce, that's what makes you that's the defines if you win or not. So for me, the best team in the league always wins the league. because over the course of a year, you can't.
Would you say the same thing? Would you say that with the City Man United situation? Yeah. Would you say the best team won the league?
100%.
Interesting.
They scored more and conceded less, and they got the same amount of points. And if you want to nosedive into it, they slapped United 6-1 away. So
they beat United.
That's where they lost it. That's where United lost it.
They beat them home and away, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, it's goal difference, isn't it? That's no blame United for that one. Who told you to get slapped 6-1? Like, who told you to do that?
That's what I'm saying, Lola. Like if it's goal difference, like, you know, you're not thinking about goals scored or conceded like throughout the course of the season, maybe till the end. Like you're in April now, and you're starting to look, because I'm seeing that Man United.
Why,
six goals, Peter. Though.
Come on.
No. Listen. I'm not gonna turn around and be like,
they should have won the City the title then. 6-1.
Why are your legs open?
That was like October.
We can agree. This should be a rule. If you concede 6 in a game, you cannot win. You're not allowed. You can't.
When Villa gave us 7 last season, there was no.
Oh my gosh.
That was it. You can't concede 6 and win the league. Sorry, no.
That's outrageous.
No, it should never happen.
Jose conceded 15 in the whole season.
It's still outrageous, that number. How is a man conceded less than half the games in the Premier League?
What is that?
What is that? Do you know what I'm saying? And by the way, it's mental. But yeah, you know, I just don't want to see this title end on level points. That's all I'm saying, because I just think it's just going to be a mockery. Whoever wins it, it's like, how do you really run to the races with that? You know what I'm saying? Look, with Man City, we all laughed. It's hilarious to lose the league by goals scored or whatever it was, goal difference, right? But you know, and then he went and pinched our player, didn't he? The next year, said, "I'm never losing the title ever again on goal difference." Are you dumb? Me, I'll buy Robin van Persie and we make it happen. Anyway. Yeah, so it'll be a crunch. It's going to be a crunching end to the end of the season, of course.
Well, before that, innit? These two have both got big Champions League games this week.
Yes.
Some easier than others.
Oh, Oscar, don't do a Bayern Munich and a Juve.
No, they're 2-0 up. Like,
Oscar,
that's the difference.
Don't do a Bayern Munich or a Juve. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what was the goal between Villarreal and Bayern in the first leg?
1-1.
I think Villarreal won the first one, no?
No. It was 1-0 in the first leg at home.
Oh, well, the 2-1.
So they were in it. Yeah, so they were in it.
And then but they drew 1-1 at home, and then they went to
but they were actually in it. Liverpool have got 2-0 up.
What? So what? Are Villarreal out? This is what I'm saying. Look at.
But look at it. But what I'm saying is Villarreal at best. No, but Villarreal at best, maybe you can. They'll slap you. Not slap you. They might hit you for 1. They ain't doing anything else but for 1. The gap is already there with 2 goals. They maybe get you. They might even win that. That way. But they're not going to win them. They're not winning the tie.
Ask Juventus, man. Ask Juventus. Did they not eat 3 at Juve?
You get 1. You get 1 a season. You get 1 a season. It's done.
By the way, Jason Cundy, he's not the villain people are making him out to be.
I met Jason.
Yeah, the talk sport
guy.
Yeah, because what he said was, and I agree. He said, right. Let's have it right. This Villarreal side, it's absolute farce that they're here. And it's a mockery of the Champions League. It is like people.
Oh, here we go.
See, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it.
No, as in, what I mean is, no, credit to Villarreal. You know, they've done what they've done, and it's an incredible achievement for them. Like, I think when he started speaking about how they played, I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, because I think that's part of it as well. It's like he's talking about how they play and all these things. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I've seen all these men at the same time play Simeone. He plays worse, if not the same level of nonsense that Villarreal was doing. But he gets plaudits for it.
My point is,
plaudits for it.
33-year-old Etienne Capoue can't be pulling strings in the Champions League semi-final.
Yeah, but the point is, partly isn't not Villarreal's fault that Juve and Bayern open Yash and let them win. Secondly, Villarreal had the same, if not less, budget at Burnley. What are they going to get? They've overachieved so much. It's a madness. So I don't think it's fair to kind of say it's like a farce or he was moving all threats and nonsense, talking all this stuff. I'm thinking if someone made the point, is like if West Ham had been doing this, watch him be lauding all up and down the roads about how West Ham have done so great, done this. They're doing that. So it's like, I'm not hearing this about, it's a Villarreal did what they had to do to attempt to kind of stay in it. and then they got undone by just a very clearly better team. Bayern and Juventus should be ashamed.
Yeah,
because they shouldn't have got here. But that's not on Villarreal. Villarreal did their job. That's not on them. That's on everyone else.
Yeah, man. And Latimer says, how is it a mockery that they're in the semi-final? If they're a mockery, then what are Bayern, Juve, Manchester United, etc.?
Yeah, United would want to beat them.
But man, that's the point. I think that's the point. Him and me are making. Like, hang on a minute. Let's look at the climb of football. Bayern Munich are asleep. Juventus are asleep. Man United are asleep. Like, what the hell is going on?
What's going on, Robinho?
What's going on? What's he saying? I don't understand.
Can I say how crisp? I think he's saying Lola's camera quality is crisp.
Oh, thanks.
The crisp settings, yeah. Iklas is saying the quality of football has gone down. Most of the big clubs in rebuild or decline, by Liverpool and City.
The timing is off. Like the timing of certain things are. Yeah, like look at the play. The Juve they played. Juve are doing nonsense. I don't know where are they even in their league. Like Juve are doing whatever nonsense, higgy.
They're wearing away kits.
Bayern will just being silly. Like there's a lot of teams who are going through rebuild, but I just don't like the kind of tone that he was talking about. Like Villarreal should like hold their heads in shame because they're playing the way they always play.
Yeah,
they just happen to get slapped by an actually good team. That's literally what happened. They got hit by a good team, and their tactics didn't work this time. It's what it is. They shouldn't be here. They managed to get there. Applaud them. They'll be gone. They're 7th or something like that in this suspension, which says everything, by the way. They're not going to be in Champions League next season. Let them enjoy what they're doing. They'll play how they're playing, and they'll go back to being whatever they are.
I can't lie. I did sit there watching this Liverpool versus Villarreal game, thinking,
"That's your fault."
Like, what the hell is?
That's your fault.
The thing is, I even watched it late, so like I was chilling. Like the 8:20, I'm like, oh yeah, there's Champions League semi-final going on. Then I turned it on, and I was like, this is meaty. Like, it's just meaty.
Bro, I was watching wrestling on the WWE Network.
I hear you. I should have done that.
The keeper could have catch a cold.
I always say, man.
The keeper's good, man.
8K pitch size guy.
Football manager, but stops there.
No, it's just
really alone, man.
We're playing in La Liga. Some of us have got the YouTube base camera.
But look, Villarreal are in a team that consists of Cochrans in there. Let's be serious. Well, let's know what their levels are. Cochran is still in that team and starts in that team. Let's know what they are.
Lo Celso.
This is what I'm saying. Lo Celso was getting absolutely disgraced in the Prem.
What?
Disgraced.
Is it Fazio that they had as well from Spurs? Is that the centre half? No, one
Foyth
as well.
Foyth is there and he's starting.
Left back. I think he's playing left back.
This is what I'm saying. Look at what Villarreal have to work with here.
I swear he had the number 8 as well at left back.
This is what I'm saying. Look what they have to work with here. We've got to kind of add some context to how we talk about them.
Random, yeah. You see Unai Emery in league football, yeah. It's some of the dross. When I tell you, yeah, Villarreal in La Liga, it's dross.
They lost to Eibar, didn't they?
He has more.
Lost to Eibar.
The man have more draws than anything else. More draws than wins and defeats. Like it's just draw central.
Where does that happen?
Latimer says, fans say they want the magic and storyline in football, yet in the same breath they'll complain about Villarreal being in the semi-final of the Champions League.
Isn't this the furthest they've ever been? This is the furthest they've ever been. This is the best their club's ever got in terms of like Champions League.
Arsenal.
They're
06 was semis, no?
They got 06 against Arsenal, yeah.
Matched it, but the point is, look how long that is, and look at what the thing is. That's what they have.
Look at the players they had then as well. By the way, and
in reality, though, like outside of Jason Cundy, I haven't heard that many people complaining. And like no one complained when they beat Juventus. No one complained when they beat Bayern. These were what made the Champions League great. These were great surprises in the Champions League.
Yeah, but you know why? It's because they're playing foreign teams. So these little lots weren't chatting. It was Liverpool.
My main motto in life is you can't give energy to idiots. You can't, because if you respond to every idiot, then you're the one in the idiot debates all the time. So like we know what it is, innit? If Jason, we know what it is.
Then if you not see the fat spliff that Carlo Ancelotti was spliffing on the weekend,
he was enjoying. He's an absolute don. He's an absolute don.
Hey, do you not see that stat though? You don't see that stat?
What a league in every winning every league or whatever, a title.
He's won a league in every. He's won a title in every top 5 league.
But see how context works again. He's got 5 titles in total.
So
only
what?
5 in his entire career. Like you've already won 5 titles.
They came
I'm
in
confused.
Italy, in Spain, in Germany, in
And it's,
France,
no,
and in England.
I think it's where it's the way people chat about his like levels like that. Because like I think Ancelotti is sick, but it's one of those things. You know what I mean? But it's like one of those ones where
You
there's
use
still
every facial expression. You're like,
no, but there's like tears to this thing where it's like it's the achievement itself is brilliant, but then in context, how have you only won 1?
Yeah, when you strip it down, it's
I'm
not that
not
glamorous.
impressed. I need to have a look at this.
No, it's sick. Like don't get me wrong, it's
I'm
a
gonna lie.
madness.
I
It's a
didn't know he'd
madness.
only won 5.
But why have you only won 1 in each? Only 1. Like even you were in Paris, you were in France, you only won 1. You were in
He only
Italy, you
has
only won 1.
Serie A title.
You only won 1. You know what I mean? Only 1.
How's he got 1 Serie A title
Yeah,
with that
because
Milan team?
Juventus and Inter Milan were awake, bro.
Bro, when he was at Milan, that's when we recognized who they were.
To be fair, yeah, Shevchenko,
He won 2
05.
Champions Leagues. He was in 2 Champions League. He won 2 Champions Leagues in like the space of like 6 years with AC Milan, and was in a final and was in another final.
They should have won 3.
Don't get me wrong. Don't disrespecting him.
It's the Serie A
like
title for me. The Serie and also, how has he not won it with Madrid before when he was there the first time?
That was confusing.
That's weird. But
you just assumed he already had,
It's
didn't
what CL's though, innit? How many has he got?
3, isn't it?
How many
Yeah,
what?
so Europe, he knows how it's like solidified. It's just one of those ones where it's like he's up there, but it's one of those ones where you've only won 5 league titles though. It's just a bit. I expected more. Like you know what? When I heard he had these 5, like 1 in each of the big leagues, I kind of assumed he'd have like 5, but then more in the other ones as well. You know what I mean?
I cannot believe this. He only has 1 league title per country.
He won La Decima.
Which is what? Yeah, that's just what. That's the thing is. Yeah, La Decima. Obviously, that's the third. Is that only his 3rd Champions League? I don't know why I thought he had more Champions Leagues than that. Why did I think
he's Carlo in it? He's got the aura. Just think he's got everything in the world.
And a Real Madrid, no?
It's Don Carlo, man.
Yeah,
he's in a G, which makes it even more funny. It makes it funnier though.
Which one?
Probably 2. No.
Did it Zidane?
Then he would have had 4 Champions Leagues if it's 2. But
if he wins another Champions League this year,
Oh, by the way, speaking of upgrade and speaking of leveling up, you see Carlo Ancelotti. He said he looks at Everton. He looks at it for what it was.
Thank you.
Stick on it. He spoke to Bill Kenwright. He said, "What do you mean you're giving me Damari Gray? Is that it?"
I was like, "I'm cutting."
He said, "Move." He said, "Hammers, I'm sorry, my bro. I'm sorry." And he cut.
All of this just makes me laugh. It's like the cheek of some like Everton fans and sometimes like to talk about. He left you, man, and there's 1 league. You are nonsense. You had no right to talk on Carlo Ancelotti's name.
To be honest,
brought some kind of effort to your team, and then like what happened?
I don't know what he was doing in the first place.
I don't know how they got him. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's something was going on there. Someone
he must have got like the biggest of brown bags.
I mean, the Budgie Banton. I don't know what he was doing over there in that cold. I'll never forget when he had that cup of coffee. Everton scored a goal. He had a cup of coffee in the blitz.
That was an Irish coffee.
The man didn't even. Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't an espresso. They can't find that.
Prime is picking up Don Carlo. He said 3 UCLs. He won it with Real to remember the Bale, Benzema, Cristiano team. 4 UCLs in 5 years, 3 on the bounce. La Decima. Yeah, man.
He's a don, but I am shocked about those 5 leagues being, and also the fact that he's won the league now with Real Madrid. I'm amazed he didn't win it already before. So when you,
that's what you know what I mean. It's like
I was like, raw. Why is that only just now?
Like it's not like he's. It's not like his career is like nonsense. It's obviously not like rubbish in it. He's done a madness, but it's one of those where I just thought he had more.
He's got tons of like Coppa Italias and stuff like that. It's clear he's more a championship in terms of he's more of a cup winner than he is a league winner. But nonetheless, the league is still impeccable because to win 5, I don't care. Still brilliant. Yeah. And also top 5 leagues. I'm confused. Like what? So England, Germany, Spain, Italy. Who's the other one? France. Yeah, interesting. Even then, won French title as well. Like,
he said it.
So I mean, like,
anyway.
Boss Like I know is begging me to read his comment. It's about Liverpool. He said, "Oh yeah, can we discuss how good Liverpool have been defensively this season? 31 clean sheets in 51 games. Yet we supposedly have a dodgy defense. Oscar, read the Liverpool defense prop comment.
Yes.
People need to know Virgil van Dijk's impact. It's being slept on. Most influential player in the league right now, or in football.
I mean,
right now.
okay.
Best centre back I've ever seen in my whole life.
Wait there. Boss, like, where's your Man City propaganda as well then? Because Man City still have a better defensive record than Liverpool this season. So I need to.
Do they?
Yeah. City have only conceded 21 goals.
Oh, Jesus, then. Yeah, you can't be acting like it's some kind of feat.
Liverpool conceded 22.
Yeah,
Liverpool
have
22.
Liverpool have the most clean sheets in the league, and also
Sick.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
and also as well. Let's not cap. There's been this whole narrative. Liverpool can't defend. This Highland's going to cost them. It's going to cost them. Van Dijk is not the same because what's his name? Was it Jovetic? Toss him up in a preseason game. All of these narratives going against them. and then you step away from the Forest. You have a look at it. And you say, hang on a minute. If Liverpool, okay, it's a big if, of course. But if we keep 4 clean sheets in our next 4 games, we equal Chelsea's records, and Chelsea are the bar when it comes to Premier League defenses.
Which record's that?
Most clean sheets in the season ever.
When did we do that? Was it 2015?
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
How many clean sheets was it? Is it 16 or something?
No, because Alisson's already got 20, so it must be 24 out of 38.
Wait, 20 in the league.
So if you can see
Alisson's got 20 in the league, by the way.
So if you
Right
can see
now.
the goal from now to the end of the season, if you can see the goal, that record's gone.
Yeah.
I'm going to celebrate that goal so much.
Don't worry, Oscar. Don't worry. Harry Kane and Son will have something to say about that.
When Son scores, you're going to see me do doing that Ronaldo thing.
That's all right.
The legend of 05 can never end.
Who the hell gets 20 clean sheets in a season? That's so fake, man. What is this? 20.
No, Alisson's a madness of a keeper. He has like maybe 1 or 2 games where he moves insane, and then he'll be
crazy. Yeah. I think that was West Ham this season, isn't it? Where
West Ham one when he moved, I think it was West Ham one before or after it, where he was just moving booky as hell, and then he was fine.
Also, just on Latimus Prime's point, Liverpool have actually conceded more offside goals than onside goals this season as well.
Fair enough. Really? Yeah, the Highline thing, it works. Yeah, because they're good at it. They catch people offside like it's nobody's business.
I don't know, man. I think the referees have been
catch them like rats on the highway.
I think that's why the Newcastle game looked like Newcastle proper in it, because they kept getting in, but they were offside every single time.
What's that Robin Abdullah?
Oh, Manchester video. Wait, what? Robin Abdullah? Oh, he said Happy Eid. Yeah.
I
called him Abdullah because of that. That's insane.
That's insane. That's insane, Peter, man.
It wouldn't be a pod without an insane Peter comment. Manchester United have just been awarded a penalty. Cristiano Ronaldo actually was some great play there. Bullied defender off the ball. The defender came back and knocked him over.
Is he taking it?
They haven't shown that. They've shown the replay. I assume he is because he was going to take the first one, but it wasn't given.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that.
I'm so behind. Yeah, Brentford have the ball in the penalty area.
Yeah, you're not seeing it for a minute. You're not seeing it. It's a stinker though. When you watch it, it's a stinker. It's one of the worst fouls ever. Yeah, it's Ronaldo stepping up to take it.
All right, then be smart. Big
up Cole. He says Liverpool has 21 clean sheets. Alisson has 20.
Yeah, Kelleher got one as well. Yeah,
good kid. Yeah, that game he played.
I think against Arsenal, no?
It was
because you played him in League Cup.
Was it Watford? Yeah, Watford away.
Yeah, and Ronaldo smashes it home.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a penalty. There's goal number 19.
He's getting 20 goals. He is getting 20 goals. By force, he's getting
Can you believe that, though? 20 Premier League goals.
Latimer says that stat about Liverpool's defensive record means absolutely nothing if they don't win the Premier League or the Champions League.
100%. Yeah, it's true though.
It's true though. It is true.
I could see 74 goals if I meant I got the league and Champions League.
Robinho wants to know if any of us would take Eriksen next season. He's having a decent game today.
If I'm Eriksen, I'm staying at Brentford purely because your whole heart attack situation is a bit mad. Where do you want to go to a team where there's going to be more pressure on you to do a lot more the way where you're not as managed at Brentford, where there's less pressure on you? Let's not try and the mere fact you're playing football again is a madness in itself.
That is a lie.
Me personally, you know what I mean? So me personally, I'm thinking, stay at Brentford. Your countryman is managing you. Play good ball. You'll still be playing in the Prem. Enjoy yourself. Don't try and do. I mean, if you want to, obviously. But like Spurs, it's too much pressure for no reason.
Do you know what?
Conte will make him suffer. Can't do that.
I'll be real. The facts. Christian Eriksen is playing football. The fact he's playing football after what's happened, that tells me he's a very ambitious human being, and he believes he's got a lot more to offer. So
yeah, but I reckon if he gets the right phone call, go back to Ajax. There, it's a bit more techie rather than you being PMP.
I hear that.
Lola, you're telling me you're not sticking in a cheeky 15 million in the summer?
15, bro. Eriksen. By the way, guys, just to tell you, Eriksen's ambition. He only signed a 6-month deal at Brentford.
Yeah. I think he could easily move. But what I'm saying, I'm personally, especially because I'm looking at how, if you're talking about Arsenal, right, the way that Arteta wants to do certain things, I think he wants actual high pressing stuff. Like I watch Odegaard press and it's a madness. I'm not trying to see Christian Eriksen, God forbid, now looking like he's about to keel over. No. Stay somewhere where they can let you be calm and just take over games.
Yeah, I hear that.
Oscar, what happened at Old Trafford after the goal? He seemed to be like having conversations with
I don't know.
somebody.
I saw Ronaldo saying something to the bench. I don't know what he's saying. I'm watching Christian Eriksen run around. Like this guy's active.
But there's run around and there's run around.
He's not there on a Zimmer frame. You know what I mean? He's out.
Let me ask you that. Okay, the way that like he's never going to Liverpool, so I'm not going to use them. But like, say the way, like even Brighton, how they press, Brighton press, or like a Palace press. Is Eriksen can he do that?
We don't know.
He could, and this is purely based on everything that's happened recently. He could actually be 105.
Probably not for 90, no.
But I'm just saying, there's kind of things when it comes to like the strain and all that stuff. I personally, I think anyone who isn't in a position to risk certain positions they're in, like an Arsenal, like a Spurs, like even in United, you don't want to sort of risk it, even if it's free or not. You don't want to risk a position where it's like, ooh, could something happen? And now I'm kind of like, you don't want to risk it.
You're a man down all of a sudden. Yeah. I agree with you. Actually, I think with Brentford, it's like everything goes through him, low pressure. Yeah. Don't come and kill yourself.
Yeah. Taha says he runs more than Lukaku.
Does he even go on the pitch to be running around anyway?
I mean, that's not hard, is it?
Nah, if Eriksen puts in more kilometers than Lukaku, then questions have to be asked.
Lukaku will be running around for 2 seconds and his head's on his team.
His heart stopped once upon a time on the pitch. He's running more than you. Nah, we have to have a question.
Lukaku runs like 400 meters a game, man.
400 meters.
Let's leave it out.
Doesn't even reach a kilometer yet. Imagine he just runs 400.
I'll leave it to you lot to crack it.
Is that Inter, innit? Is that Inter?
He was at Inter.
What's that? Sorry, where was Eriksen at before? Italy. He won Serie A.
Yeah, he did that thing where Spurs players leave and they win titles.
You should come to Arsenal because there'll be Champions League football next season. Isn't that right, Lola?
Huh? Sure, maybe. We'll see in it.
Let's go there.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Arsenal, of course, people. Arsenal. But another 3 points, ladies and gentlemen. Weren't easy 3 points, but 3 points nonetheless against West Ham United at the London Stadium. Here's what I want to show you guys. How about open up this page? The race for the top 4. Let's go, baby. Let's go. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Lola, what was your thoughts on that West Ham United game?
Please scroll it down.
It was. What's wrong?
So scroll what? Sorry,
I was saying scroll it down.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Like this or
no? The other way. There we go. Stop.
Antonio.
I wanted to see Conte's hair.
The full head, the full head of hair.
The West Ham game was. It was a game where we needed to win in it because, in my opinion, that game was nonsense. Like the level, let's say more specifically, the first half. Because the level of dispossession and lack of urgency and lack of speed and passing was a lot. And hey, Nuno, that one there, the crack is strong in that kid.
Hey, listen.
Jesus Christ, the level at which I feel no sense of security, not even a little bit, when he's near the ball, when he's even just like in the vicinity of someone. Oh my God, he plays against us every game. And the only reason why I'm not mad at him starting is because we cannot afford to move Xhaka to left back to accommodate. It's gosh.
I think you're being harsh on Nuno. on Tavares?
I'm not because I didn't rate the signing when he came from what was it Benfica. Didn't rate him there. Granted, again, my view of him in Portugal was very limited, but I didn't think he was all that when I saw him there. I think people got gassed because Katie started the season slow and Nuno is a bit more chaos factor. And he had that one game where he was actually pretty good. So people were pretending that meant that he was actually going to do well. And then they got pretend because he's 2-footed. They were like, oh, yes, we've got a tall left back who can do two things and he runs. Ignoring the fact that in all the games where he's even played well, he's been moving mad as well. And now that it's caught up with him, people are now saying, I'm not being harsh and saying like, I'm not dumb and say remove him forever, but I have zero faith in him. So everything I say in him is he plays against us. And when it's him and Cedric, there is a miracle as to how anything good happens, and it's a madness. It's my
fullback partnership in the league. Nuno and Cedric
the game against United, it was a trash off between 4 Portuguese players. It was a madness. All of the fullbacks were moving monumentally stupid.
It was Brazilian. I thought it was Brazilian.
I don't care, man. He speaks Portuguese. Same. They was all moving mad.
I thought you were talking about Bruno.
I didn't then five. The only one who had sense was Ronaldo.
You scored.
Everyone else was moving, and Nuno, I don't rate him. I just don't. I'm trying to like be nice, but I don't rate him. I don't. He's literally someone. He's Wan-Bissaka. Slightly, maybe what he's a bit more dynamic in attack. That's where I can kind of. Yeah, I can sort of say he's the opposite. I get his concept and that he's opposite of Wan-Bissaka. Where Wan-Bissaka 1v1, he will eat it up. In attack, though, he's nonsense. Swap it around with Nuno. Nuno, people pretend because he can run really, really fast and he's physical that he's a G. Go to any South London cage, you will find Nuno's. You will find him because he has zero sense in his head. The level of sense that he doesn't have does not overcompensate his doesn't match up for like people say, oh yeah, but he's quick, he's both-footed, he's tall. Okay, but he's not smart. He doesn't know how to pick his runs. He touches nonsense. His passing, he's not smart, and it's very, very, very. We need 2 left backs, and it's annoying because we can't afford it because we need to fix our midfield and attack. But we need left backs because KT, as much as I love him, is not reliable enough that we can say he's definitely going to do a whole season. And we're going to be in Europe, whatever capacity it is. That we're going to need someone to actually play a good chunk of the game. And Nuno, hand on your heart, can you watch him and say I feel comfortable at him left back?
He's 22 years of age, Lola.
I don't care. Answer the question. Answer the question.
He's a young kid. He's young.
He's not. No, I don't care.
He'll get better. There's potential there. There's potential there in that player.
So, people say potential. I don't see it. I think he'll get better, but I don't think he's smart. And I think sense is something you can't get.
I just think you're eliminating a player too early. I think you're just eliminating a player way too early there. I think I'm not eliminating it.
I'm saying he can definitely grow, but you're 22 and you're an idiot. You're not 19 an idiot. You're 22 and you're not smart.
Okay. It's like when we had Alex Song when he joined Arsenal, right? He had an absolute horror show of a debut. I think Wenger's brought him off the bench and then subbed him because he was that bad. And I think even Abue or somebody else had a situation like that. But Song became an absolutely top quality player at Arsenal. I think there is a player in Nuno Tavares. Is he erratic? Yes, he definitely is. Has he got a brain? I think no. It needs screwing on, that's for sure. But he's playing in for a Premier League side, for a top Premier League side, where beforehand he was back up at Benfica. So the fact that
he wasn't good there.
He's had more games. He wasn't bad. He's had more games.
Praising him going.
Listen, they let them praise. It's at their loss at the end of the day because what's Benfica's left back saying? What's Benfica's left back saying?
They were praising him going.
You know them ones. Well, you know. Yes.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not like 100%. I just don't see how the potential that he supposedly has is good enough for me to kind of feel like, oh, I'm comfortable again. I'm basing it on the fact that Arsenal aren't City or United with the endless funds to kind of say, okay, we definitely need 2 attackers and we need midfielders, and we also now need to kind of work on our left. Our left back situation consists of a left back who is top level but will play maybe 20 games a season, and another left back who, in my opinion, is Pepe at left back.
He's a
and I can't afford that.
He's a detriment to your team, and that's one of the.
Again, he can grow, but it's one of those where I don't trust him at all. It's his first season in it, so he could 100% turn around and decide to be a bit smarter, but I don't trust him in this. I think his football ability and IQ is so low. It's a madness.
I think that, like I said, I think you're just being harsh. I think you're judging him in his first 9 months in Premier League football, and he's probably played far more games than we've actually realised he would play. And also, Mikel has got a big part to play in this because he's shot his confidence at least 2 or 3 times this season, and he's still playing. And he's still, when he does play, yes, he might have hairy moments, but he hasn't actually cost us any games so far. You catch my drift? Like you can
do things. Back. No, you can do things poorly in games and not cost you the games because everyone else is doing well. He doesn't cost us games, but it costs us nonsense moments. It costs us goals. It costs us positions, build-ups, attacking plays. Yes, he may not ultimately be the person who loses us 100% of the game, although some of the games definitely hit him.
I'm saying,
but I can definitely see
lay off the kid who's a new signing.
I'm not calling him a kid either way. But either which way, fair enough. But the thing is, it's the way I look at it is like with Sambi, I don't personally rate him either. But I see something there where I'm like, you know what? Yeah. I can see where this can eventually go. I don't see it with Nuno.
You see more in Sambi so far, what you got to see, and more than Nuno.
In my opinion, let me clarify. Let me clarify. Me saying that I see, first of all, me saying that I see more. I don't think either one of them have been like good enough, but I can see more as to what Sambi can do. In terms of like little glimpses here and there, I don't personally rate him either. I didn't personally want him. I don't really kind of rate him like that highly either. But I'm saying out of the two, I can see that at least one of them has a brain and has some kind of clear.
I see one.
What's the word? And secure. Yeah, like yeah. But the thing is, one of them is like a sense of like if he gets comfortable, the ability he actually have will now show. Nuno is confident, but his IQ and sense of actual playing ball is so low, it's a madness. Sambi for me, his issue, my issue with Sambi is more against.
He's done bad.
I don't believe that either.
He's done more good for Arsenal.
He has not. Obviously, he's had one good game.
Obviously his bads are such howlers, but I see more like, you know, like what's it called, like a Hector Bellerin. He kind of reminds me of him, where maybe the yeah, of course he does, because the Bellerin was never actually a good defender, but was always good at coming back after a mistake. He was always able, with his pace, able to slide tackle his way out of situations. And obviously with his ACL, or was it MCL, I can't remember which one, now that pace went. So it exposed Bellerin more so than anything else as a right back. So
Bellerin had sense.
I think
this is not a case of knowing how to Bellerin. And yes, the thing that Nuno and Bellerin have since they're both about physical and stuff. Like Bellerin was pace, but Bellerin also knew how to kind of. He was like, I think his IQ in terms of football and where to be and how to move was there. He was a bit like whatever in defense. This is not me saying he's like clear defensively, because he's not. Nuno is worse defensively, by the way, and also has zero sense when going forward. He will make runs that make no sense. He will point people to do things where he's supposed to be doing it. I saw multiple times in the game where Martinelli is actively telling him to move out of my lane, and Nuno is following his same run. I'm like, he's literally left you a space for you to go into more than once, and you've ignored it and stayed in his. This is multiple things that happen, and I've seen it multiple times. Again, we are with this player. He's like young enough that, hey, maybe he could. I just don't see it. And so we need either Tia need to find out a way to never be injured again, or we need to buy another left back because he cannot be number one. I cannot have a season where Nuno is the number one left back.
Interesting debate from the two of you. I personally agree with Flola, but I just want to give, before we move on to the next topic about Arsenal, I want to go on to the Man United game quickly. A few updates. Yeah. It's 3-0 Manchester United. Champions League Varane has finally got himself a goal. Taha calls him Conference League Varane, but it is what it is.
Varane scored, yeah?
Yeah, he scored. But interesting stuff happened before that. Matic was obviously subbed off, and that's his last game at Old Trafford for Manchester United. So he got a massive round of applause from the crowd, shook everybody's hand afterwards. Then, as Peter, you were saying, the protest for the Glazers out thing, it's begun.
Did it happen?
73rd minute, people are walking out, but it's barely noticeable.
I saw some Norwich City stuff again.
Like so they're showing in the crowd, they're showing people walk out, but they're not showing any empty seats. So if you've been to a game, you know people go out to go toilet every 5 minutes anyway. So they keep showing people walking out. It doesn't mean that they're on the walkout, but there are signs that have a banner that says "Walk out on 73rd minute." They're holding up the banner, but they're still in the stadium. So I don't understand what that is.
You know, so random, yeah. Johan Easter's come on, right? and I just clocked that he's Congolese. And what it might reminded me of is Yerry Mina. We haven't spoken.
Oh,
We didn't talk.
Peter. I see the segue. Careful. Because you mentioned Congo. I think you mentioned what you're
Where did the connection come from?
Peter's a scumbag.
Where did the connection come from? Congo to Colombia. Where's this connection?
Oh,
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
No. I need to know the connection. How did the connection get made?
Where's the connection?
I'll type my Congolese out there. They know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about.
Like, Peter's a
Man,
scumbag.
I'm trying to act like they don't know.
Like this?
Man, am I looking around like they don't know what I'm talking about? What? You know full well. And the thing is, you call me a scumbag. Joyce, you call me a scumbag because you know what I'm talking about. That's the whole thing. Like, if it smells and it looks and it's, you know what I'm saying? There's no smoke about the fire.
I saw Wisa coming onto the pitch and it reminded me.
What? Because when he came on,
That's one of the best segments I've ever seen.
It shows their nationality. So I'm just looking at the flag. I'm like, okay, Congo, big up Congo, and it hit me bang. I was like, how did I forget about this? Because we spoke about it yesterday, didn't we? We did ask questions. How is Yeremina lighter than last time?
I think I commented on the post about it, and I saw my friends in a group chat. So it's on the shade, bro. Like on my tweet, or I put on a comment on something about Mina.
It's on the shape.
So one of my friends, they put like they clicked a photo, took a screenshot, and they put it in a group chat showing, my tweet went to Shade. I was like, how the hell did they find it?
Let me go on Shade Barra now and see your tweet.
Bro,
that's insane.
I'm just saying, innit? Like, if you don't want to get me out, calm, innit? But man's.
I said words. My thing was purely about the connection from Congo to Colombia, not the point made. Because the point I made the same comment about Mina in that game. Because I was looking at it, I was like, something ain't right here.
Big up the Congolese, man, all day, every day, no hard feelings. But yeah, anyway, back to I guess the top four situation, because of course.
Before we get there, Sam Lewis says 7-0. What's that in reference to?
To who?
We got 7-0.
Well, Arsenal women won 7-0 against Aston Villa.
Did Fulham win 7-0 today?
Yes.
I think Fulham, yeah, they did.
Maybe.
He's a Fulham.
Okay. But yeah,
congratulations, bro. Congratulations.
Yeah,
they are Premier League, ladies and gentlemen. I like that term.
They won.
Apparently,
said this is their first like trophy in like 20-something years or something.
Yeah,
like they haven't been winning the Champions. They've just been getting like probably second or playoffs to get through. I thought they won it. Fair enough.
Okay, really? Yeah, that's a surprise. I didn't know that. I didn't really know that. So yeah, big up to Sam. This is your moment, my friend. This is your moment right here. Champions. Okay, champion.
Oh, they got what's my man's name on the right?
Marco? No, is it Marco?
On the right.
Well, Marco Silva.
That's not him, is it?
What are you talking about, Marco?
He said the right. Yeah, on the right. Is it Kenny? Is that no? That's not Kenny.
No, that's that's my man from Liverpool. What's his name?
Harry Wilson.
There it is.
Wilson.
Yeah, he's been doing well apparently.
I didn't know he went there. I can't lie. I have watched 0 championship games this season.
I've watched some games because there's some players that I just kind of like. I've watched some Fulham games because I like Mitrovic, and it's just funny, kind of like rubbing into like Tony fans. Because just say like you won, he broke the record, but then Mitrovic absolutely destroyed it. It made me laugh. Yeah. And then it's like
43 goals.
43 league.
Yeah, he's broken in the league. He's broken like whatever record it is that was like Barcelona in the second division. He's like smashed it.
What a farce that is! What a farce it is that he's got 43. I mean, come on. I know they played 46 games,
but is it a farce though? When you think about it, because like if Tony only got the top, like the record, and I think he had like 32. Like Mitrovic's never got as many, so it's the first time.
People forget when Mitrovic was at what's their gums? Anderlecht. It was doing his thing there, boy. It was doing his thing there.
I signed him on Football Manager one year to Chelsea. We won the league.
He's a phenomenal striker. Big up Marcus Silva, Mitrovic, big up Wilson. AD, do you remember when I told you about Wilson when Liverpool under like 18s, I think, come to the Emirates?
He's a good young player.
And you got this done.
I mean, you say young, he's at 25 now, surprisingly.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Is he that old?
I think he's 99.
I think he's 99.
Oh, the hell? I thought it was way younger.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought
it was way younger.
I'm trading Curtis for him, blood. I'm not gonna lie.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Curtis gets Does Jones even play? Does Jones even play? I haven't seen him play in time.
I haven't seen him in like 2 months.
Not really. But he got well more of a kickabout than Mr. Wilson. So I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
Pete, you mentioned youth football just a second there. Quick Do you guys know who's in the FA Cup Youth Final?
Is it United and someone else?
United and who? Have a guess who the other team is.
I think I saw it. Is it Forest?
It's Nottingham Forest.
Oh.
Have they got a good youth setup or something, or did something just go wrong?
That's why I'm surprised. Do they have a great youth academy? I don't know.
Because respectfully, FA Youth Cup tends to be the normal kind of City, Arsenal, Chelsea, United lot.
But because I was thinking, let me find out when it is so I can watch it and see some new ballers.
Fair enough for Forest then. That's good for Forest then. That's good.
I big up Forest, man.
You know what? With all due respect to Fulham, right? Like, obviously, I mean, it's not even dying this conversation, and yet people are on me. They got to get rid of the parachute payment, surely.
They're never going to.
Surely.
Peter, yes. Because we're gonna and we can take it to another extent. Peter, elaborate, continue.
Because
I agree.
This merry-go-round, right, where I'm potentially seeing Bournemouth come back, I'm seeing Fulham come back, I'm gonna see Norwich come back, I'm gonna see, you know what I'm saying, right? Watford, you know them way there, and then the other man just dilly-dabbying. What, you know, Bournemouth could be winning the Premier League as well, yeah, by the end of the week or whatever. Because
I hate Bournemouth though.
No, but my thing is like. So when man is like, I'm Sheffield Wednesday or I'm Nottingham Forest right now, who are doing so good at the moment in the Championship, like I can't even get a sniff because these men got 100 million in the bank when they come down. You know what I'm saying?
In fairness to Bournemouth, though,
West Broms and all that sort of thing.
Bournemouth were one of the fresh ones when they came up. They haven't done this like multiple times, like the Fulhams and the Norwiches and the Watford. And I think they went down a bit ago, so they've only just sort of. And to be honest, if they lose to Forest tomorrow, they could end up in the playoffs rather than automatic. Forest could end up in an automatic position. Rather than it's like a 6 pointer the game they're playing, which is fun.
It's a big game.
It's a massive one. So I don't mind it, but the parachute payments are nonsense because you get relegated. Why do you get money?
Why are you
getting back to money?
To be fair, it's because, you know, like when you join the Premier League, in order to stay in it, you got to spend some dough in it, yeah, and you got to secure contracts, right? So this case of like, say you buy Harry Wilson when you move into the Premier League, and he's on 20-30 bags a week. When you're in the Championship, you can't afford to spend that much money because the broadcasting money is completely different. So it's almost like, how do I get a player to join my football club in the Premier League when I can't guarantee them that money at 12 months' time? Because we might go down.
Isn't that how, what's his name?
Clubs will get bust, isn't it? Clubs will go bust.
What's that, the Cameroonian midfielder at Fulham?
And Guisa.
Yeah, whenever they've been there for how long, they stay up. He's in the Premier League. They get relegated. He's in the Premier League. He's in the Prem with them when they're here, and they get relegated. He's on loan to Napoli or Villarreal or elsewhere. Yeah. I think it was a Villarreal with one time. It's Napoli now, I think. But like they don't keep him. They just say you're going out loan because we can't afford you.
You can't afford you.
And then you come back when we're in the Prem again. It's scandalous. Look, Peter, like remember, I think they said it on TalkSport. Norwich's aim is to be in the top 24 teams in the country. That's ridiculous. Come on, that's ridiculous.
Top 24, nonsense.
Listen, Norwich were in a relegation battle, and they sold Todd Cantwell, their best player, to a team in the Championship.
To Bournemouth, yeah.
Yeah, is that Bournemouth?
It's scandalous. They're not even trying anymore.
No, but to be honest, from the second they signed Kabak, who was a car crash to nth degrees levels.
Yeah.
They didn't want to stay here. They're idiots. Because why would you play him?
I saw the interview with Dean Smith, and he said, last time we were in the Championship, we won it. And I said, did you? Like, how can you say that?
He said that with a straight face. Like he said that with a straight face.
Like he's part of the team. I said, big man, you just got here. You weren't there.
You know, yeah, and that's the thing, innit? Because like if an Aston Villa go down, if Everton go down, they could just potentially bounce right back up, right? And what you want to have is actually that jeopardy of, you know what? If we need to see a Sunderland, you know what I'm saying? We want some Sunderlands in this.
But respect to Sunderland, their men are still in League One. They can hold that. They should have been up before and they didn't.
Apparently, it's the hardest league to get out of, League One.
Yeah, Boss said, how was Ozan a car crash? He did all right for us. He kept it clean.
Hey, am I lying about Kabak?
Endo, please, man. Would you sign him back? This guy, by the way,
are we allowing him to say cleany?
Yeah, by the way,
that was nonsense.
He kept it cleany.
Endo. When we was in the Champions League quarter final, and when a Route 1 kick went over his head and into the back of our net, go and watch that. and tell me if that was safe.
Oh God! And you man, you stop using the Emirates as a reason because look at what we've been doing. We finished 8th twice. Let's not have a praise and worship because you managed to not. Let's not do this.
But Lola, with that, then who is going to finish in the top 4? Since we finished.
No, I do think I was like being. I'm fairly like. It's one of those things where no. I'm fully saying it's going to be it's Spurs or Arsenal thing. United are not involved. I don't care if they've been in today. They're not involved. I think it's literally going to be the next 2 games, because I am hoping, because I can see that otherwise, but I'm hoping Liverpool beat Spurs and then we beat Leeds. So the point where like the North London derby is a situation where we go into it 5 points ahead. Is it 5? Yeah, 5 points ahead. There's a bit of a buffer, because I still think our team has a tendency to cower at pressure. So if there's a bit of a gap there, then I can say, okay, cool. We go into the North London derby game where we can get it. Like, I would personally obviously want to win because we haven't won in a while. But where if we get a draw from it, I can be calm and say, okay, we can go into the Newcastle game with less pressure, and Everton I think will win at home because we're at home. Everton are shit away.
Lola, imagine clinching top 4 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
That would be brilliant.
Because if Liverpool beat Spurs and Arsenal beat Leeds and then Arsenal beat Spurs, top 4 is done.
It's done. And that's the thing. Like, personally, I need Arsenal to win beat Leeds, and obviously my thing is beat Tottenham, and then the other 2 games don't matter in my opinion, because then that's 2 losses they got there. Then there's no way they come back.
Yeah,
that's what I need. Do I trust that to happen? I can not easily, but I can see Leeds moving, because the way these lot tend to kind of cower when there's a bit of because West Ham game. Why did we look like we were the ones who played in Europe, and West Ham were the ones who didn't? Yeah. They tired. West Ham tired in the second half, but we were looking a bit like, oh, the pressure's there. Spurs won earlier. We have to win to get back in top 4. I don't like it. So this is why I'm not saying with chest we're getting top 4. I think talk to me. It's like it's lazy, but talk to me after the Spurs game, and I'll give you a more concrete answer.
Man, I'm looking at Liverpool in it. Yeah, I think Arsenal.
That's the thing.
Leeds. Arsenal will deal with Leeds. Here's my issue. It's Liverpool against Spurs, okay? They got to go to Anfield, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah? And I know Liverpool will have it on job to win their game because they're fighting for a league title. Bigger fish. You know them ones. It's a healthy, battered cod. However, if I could see a slip-up, man, correct me if I'm wrong, AD, Tottenham give you a good game at Anfield. I know
they drew last time, no? Didn't you draw last time?
Oh, last season was a blur. No, Firmino.
No, this season.
No, we beat them.
This is did you win?
Oh, yeah, 2-2. Yeah, 2-2.
Yes, I'm saying.
Conte against the big teams as well, man. I don't trust, man. I don't trust. He gets results, blood.
He gets results. He can pull out the bag.
This is what I'm saying. I'm not like, saying, yeah, Spurs are definitely going to lose Liverpool. I think they will. Now, don't get me wrong. I would bank on Liverpool winning. But it wouldn't be a thing where I'm saying if Spurs pull out a draw, or one of those stupid wins that they just kind of happen to get when they do nothing and then they kind of counter and some scores, it wouldn't shock me. You know what I mean?
And also, why is it a 7:45 kickoff? Like, how long have I got to wait?
That's ridiculous.
Do you know them ones? I've got to wait a long time. Like, boys and girls, if I show you this, if I share this tab instead, this is the recent meetings. I don't know if you lot can see.
Yeah, we can see. Yeah, brilliant.
Right, so 2-2 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, then 3-1 to Liverpool.
They made it look a bit tight. By that one, it looked a bit like
it's a lot tighter than it needs to be.
Under Harry Redknapp, like Van der Vaart days, they always used to beat us, you know.
And this is the
because like the City game when Spurs played City, I wasn't even close to being guaranteed City win because City are massive. The idiots when they come to Spurs, they love to lose. So that one was more annoying because I wanted them to win, but I kind of didn't. I wasn't surprised by the Spurs win because Spurs tend to kind of do well against City. Liverpool, I'm expecting Liverpool win, but I can see them being annoying. You know what I mean? So now, if they do, if what I assume happens and Liverpool wins, and then we do what we need to do and actually beat Leeds, then it is down to the North London derby where I'm looking and saying, if we can even a draw, but I would prefer a win, just kind of more of the rubbing it in. But even a draw can be fine because I think we can probably end up. We might slip up against Newcastle because it's away, but Everton at home, I think we can win.
I was going to say, if Spurs draw with Liverpool, and then we play Spurs, provided that we'd beaten Leeds, can we clinch it still, or it's still mathematically possible for
if they draw, and
then we win, and then we draw, and then we win at. Say we win our 2, but then Spurs draw 1. so they get a point more than what they're on now.
But then
can we secure at the toilet bowl?
I don't know. I can't remember. I'm like, quit messing up my thing. I just all I need is just Spurs lose their next 2 games in it. Just lose against us and lose to Liverpool.
Yeah. It can be done. It can be done by.
Oh God, Oscar! Honestly, mate,
I'll want it done by Liverpool and Derby because I don't like. Look, me, I don't. These lot, I don't like. They're wonderful kids. The majority of them.
I need to book Friday off.
But I know I've seen them enough of these games when certain things, when it comes down, I can see them fairly enough because a lot of them are under the age of 21. I can see in their eyes the shakes will happen. So I need it done before the last 2 games.
Newcastle away on a Monday night is not nice. You know, that's
what I'm saying. I need Leeds and Tottenham done. Because then that way a loss to, because if we beat Leeds and then we beat Tottenham, then a loss to Newcastle will be annoying, but it's not a killer because it's Newcastle away. It's one of those things they're all happy, whatever.
I need Burnley to do some judge to stay up. I need that, bro.
I need Burnley in this relegation battle so they have something to fight for. I need them fighting.
Yeah. Oscar, AD, who's your money on, Spurs or Arsenal to make the top 4?
My money's on Arsenal. I think you've got the better team. You've got the momentum. I think you'll beat Leeds comfortably at home, and I think you'll actually get a result against Tottenham. I don't know if that's going to be a win or a draw, but I don't think they're going to beat you at the Emirates. So wait, is it? Oh, is that White Hart Lane in it?
Yes, that's the issue. We don't beat them away. We draw a lot. We've drawn a bunch. We've drawn and that's my thing. It's because it's Spurs away, and we've drawn there and lost it, but we don't tend to win.
And if they beat you, they go above you. But they won't beat Liverpool anyway. No, I think this is Arsenal. That's the thing in Arsenal's hands, and I think Arsenal are going to win it. I'll be real.
If Liverpool, say Liverpool beat Spurs, but Spurs beat Arsenal.
So essentially, what the neutral would want is, Liverpool probably get a result against Tottenham, but then Tottenham would beat you to keep it going to the last day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm saying is, Arsenal fans, be prepared for some dodgy decisions on that day because you know what the Premier League is like. They want their money. So,
by the way, listen, you want to talk about dodgy? AD, my football is bent correspondent. This game was scheduled. I've got the ticket still. The game was scheduled on the 16th of January.
Ridiculous.
However, this game is being played on the 12th of May. When I say football is bent,
sandwiched in the running, like you couldn't make it up.
You couldn't make up, Oscar, a game that
you could have picked a more important time. Could have picked a more important time.
It's a joke.
January.
Good grief.
And
it wasn't because of COVID. You had injuries.
Burnley have to play Villa twice. You know that?
And yet you said, what's it, Villa?
I know, I said it. I'm going to keep saying it because it's crazy.
It's a farce.
Anyway, what do you mean? We were mate. We're in the final month of the season for crying out loud.
Burnley still have to play Villa twice.
It's all a mess. But
Oscar,
instead of me like ranting on like praising my centre back Gabriel, 4 goals. I think it's the highest scoring centre back in the league, if not equaling or whatever this season. So I like that. Score more goals than I think the same amount of goals Lacazette, which makes me laugh every time. I'm so sorry. Huh?
It's not even that impressive.
I know, but it's one of the things that every time I have to hear it, it just makes me smile. It's nonsensical. It's mad.
No, because deep
it. 4 goals from centre back is what's matching you. You have no shame. You have no shame. But then, man. even the fact that Eddie didn't score, right? And this is not me bigging up Eddie in terms of like he's going to be some like number 9, the best number 9, whatever. But Eddie didn't score, but he did what I want my strikers to do at a minimum, which is at least give me some kind of threat. Give me something that if I pass you the ball and you're alone, you're not going to automatically lose it, or you can actually run in behind. Just give me something. Bare minimum. That's all I want. Bare minimum at least.
Can I ask a question? Because when Peter put up his little Mason Mount stats and it was like first. I saw a similar stat for Nketiah after the West Ham game, and it was like most shots, number 1. Shots on target, number 1. Touches in opposition box, number 1. And I'm thinking, look, if West Ham went and scored an equaliser at the end, that would have been the worst.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. He definitely should have scored at least one of them.
You guys would be screaming Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah. Look, I'd be saying he should have scored one of them. My point is, when I say it's like all I've asked for is not. I won't ask for a lot from strikers. I only ever asked, at a minimum, be able to kind of be some sort of threat. And that was Eddie. And most of the chances he made was him kind of dribbling past man or running onto loose balls or actually just making some kind of movement and just thinking, I'm a striker, let me shoot. As opposed to Lacazette, who will stand there and pass and admire his pass whilst out of breath instead of actually trying to be the striker that he actually is. So it's one of those ones where Eddie definitely should have scored at least one, by the way. Like, this is not like him getting a pass. He should have scored at least one.
Yeah.
But the mere fact that he was actually, I wasn't fearful. You get what I mean? Like, whenever Lacazette's up there, I have zero faith that the striker's going to do anything of use. But with Eddie, at least I can feel like he's going to give the centre-back problems. He's going to do something to kind of irritate the defence.
Even if it's
and that's what he did. You literally, because Zuma was moving mad in that game against Eddie, it was hilarious. Oh, and hey, on that, Rice, know yourself. Because it was moving Buki that game. Know yourself.
I lie? Did he ask who are you? And then
it's like as if it's one day in future about who are you? Go away.
Let him drill off, and he raves about it to this day. This happened when they were 9 years old. He still remembers it. Look, the thing that shocks me the most is what on earth did Nketiah say? Because
he did the thing, but the thing is, Eddie didn't say anything because he was actively moving away.
The beef was between Eddie and Cresswell. That was the beef. He was beefing with Cresswell.
Yeah.
Rice charges from the other side of the pitch to come and get involved, and he's
exactly. And Eddie multiple times was literally moving away. I'm like, Rice, your team is losing.
Yeah, man. I mean,
your sense is gone.
Emotions ran high.
You know when a West Ham player is coming to get rid of you, like you, Declan Rice. That's when you know you know.
Right. Well, Rice is still angry because Nketiah scored against Chelsea.
Oh dear.
Rice
has no manners. No manners.
The man whose mum brought him in and fed him.
It's all because Rice has grown 1-2 beards. He thinks he's a big man. I beg chill.
Even give him gizzard. No, but how honest? Like, how good is Declan Rice though? Just as
good player, properly good player. Like, properly good player.
Forget the fee. Like, you see, like I was saying, like Man United need a CM. That like,
I take Rice in a heartbeat. Not for the money. We can't afford that.
You think about?
I'll take him. Yeah, I'll take him. He's a very good player. He's not worth. He's not the great word, but 150.
He's not. No player ever is.
Yeah. So the money that they're asking for him is a nonsense. So he's probably going to end up going on free, or someone's actually going to stop up the money. But if it was like a reasonable price, like if they were saying 60, 70, 80, I can hear it. But they're asking for near 200. No. You stay where you are.
To be honest, what they're saying is we don't want to sell this guy.
Yeah, he's going on a free. He's got to go on a free because I think him or his team said they're not going to start. They're not going to he's not going to sign a new contract. So he's either staying and going on a free, or someone's going to either eventually stump up big money for him.
Do you think Champions League changes that? It's just hypothetically they win Europa League. Do you think he looks at it and says, you know what, we're moving forward?
Nah, I think he doesn't sign it still. I think he's going to play Champions. If they win it and they go Champions League, he still won't sign a new contract. Because he can still end up playing. I can still go to another Champions League because we're most likely going to stay there. Yeah. But realistically, if West Ham go in Champions League after winning it, are they going to go back in again?
No.
But realistically, if
anything, it's a platform. Like, it can show
so he'll just use it.
I think if Chelsea make a bid this year, he'll push for a move.
I don't even if West Ham are in Europe.
If Chelsea make a bid and West Ham reject it, Declan Rice will push for
it. He's pushing for it. He pushed for it.
Yeah,
really? He pushed for it.
I think he'd want to at least do the year in the Champions League.
No, I think what he'd do is he'd not make a change with it. He'd probably like make it known that he would prefer to leave. Yeah. But I don't think he'd like down tools for that year. He might be a bit annoying, but then he'll find a way to maneuver it. Where the season after, if he doesn't get the move, he'll find a way to make that move happen sooner rather than later.
I'll be real. I think he'll do I don't think he'll down tools. But I think he'll do the Kane thing. I think he'll do the. I think he'll do like I'm not turning up to training. I think he'll do that. Like,
I don't think
this guy wants to play for Chelsea.
I don't think he'll get to a game in the season. Like this deal will be done way before. He's still got connects at Chelsea. He's got contacts. He'll be putting pressure on them. Say, look, get this done before the first game of the season. He'll be a Chelsea player.
He doesn't even have owners. Let's remember that.
Well. Yeah, that's true.
Let's not ignore Man United. Man United need an entire midfield rebuild.
My point was predicated on Chelsea, though. I don't think he forces the move.
For United, yeah.
I think if Man United deal comes, he'll sign the contract and he'll go. but I don't think he's going to make a fuss if West Ham reject.
Okay, yeah.
I think he makes a fuss if they reject the Chelsea one.
I think he does that with Man City because Man City are letting go of Fernandinho, so there's space, there's room for him.
Ooh, so we're gonna have City. You're gonna have City with two ex-Irish boys. Extra hate for them lot.
Oh, brilliant!
He played for them, like hand on chest on the badge and everything. Makes me laugh every time I see this photos.
Oh, I love being Irish. I love it. 2 minutes later, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. But it's what it is. But yeah, but he's probably a good player. I'd take him, but we ain't got the facilities for that, so it's what it is. What's like Endo said, West Ham bottled their Europa League game and threw away top 4. He's probably angry about that.
I'll tell you what though, they put out a strong team against Arsenal. I was surprised at how many players played.
I was. And that for me, in my opinion, if they now go and lose, because they already what they won, there's a 1 goal deficit against
Frankfurt,
yeah. If they now lose to Frankfurt, right? I say that's more his ego, in my opinion, because you didn't need to. What's your thing here? You didn't need the whole point is if you're I think their best for Champions League is winning Europa League.
Correct, for sure. But I think they don't want to be in the conference next season because there's a possibility of them being in the conference.
Okay.
So say
they're 7th, isn't it?
So they're 7th now. So if you think about it, they're actually fighting for the Europa League positions at least. Do you catch my drift?
Okay.
So if you because I was on your wave, to be fair, right? I was on your way. I was like, "Rod, them and throw in the kitchen sink even today." But Souček was on the bench, and I think Antonio was on the bench. The thing
they came on though.
They did come on, but it's because I think the fact that Man United have won, right? I think they're probably 3 points, 5 points.
Oh, it's done. They're not. They're 7th. They're getting conference. So I don't think they're getting 6th.
I don't know. There's still 4 games to go. That's the feel. 3 games.
Yeah, but I generally feel like because of their injuries and something and with Joe, if they manage to beat Frankfurt, I think they're definitely not going to get higher than 7th because they're going to be in that. And if they lose to Frankfurt, I think all their kind of players who aren't about, and also the fact that added to the fact that United just won, I think that's done. I think 7th is the highest they're going to get.
I think you're right. It's just one of them ones where I'm thinking, maybe they're looking at it from a different angle. Like they want Europa League football. Like they don't care. Like if they get Champions League, happy days, European Cup, they got a cup and everything else. But I think they're still, I would love to know what their last 4 games are. But I think they're pushing for 6th place.
I would ask though, no offense to West Ham, maybe I'm being down in what they are, but what's wrong with being in conference for West Ham?
Yeah. It's a step back, isn't it?
It's because they've gone deep in the Europa League. They've gone deep this year.
Yeah, but I'm like, don't get me wrong, they've done well in the last season. But I'm saying, I'm looking at it as like a whole well-rounded things. Like realistically, West Ham being in Europe already, that's already a massive overachievement. Conference is also still a very good achievement for West Ham.
And the fact is,
so you know what I mean. Like I'm not trying to be rude about who they are, but I'm thinking it's a good thing.
No, they have to win. They have to win the Europa League. Like if they don't win the Europa League, then you can go try win the conference.
Exactly.
True. I mean, look, these are their. Let me.
But I suppose how they look at it is they're like, well, if we win the Europa League, win the Champions League anyway, and then you look at it and you said you've got 2 realities. You could either get Champions League or conference. Obviously, the conference is going to look horrendous.
Look,
yeah, I mean, look, when you've got Norwich away, West Ham at home.
I think they beat Norwich because Norwich they're finished. They're not beating City. And then Brighton, that could go either which way. I think Brighton will win, but I think it goes either which way with that one. I think West Ham can win that. Brighton can end up in a draw. What I'm thinking is if they're even before the Arsenal game, I thought the lowest that I 100% believe the lowest West Ham would be is 7th. I'm thinking conference is more or less. It's not obviously mathematically done, but I feel like that's more or less done for them. So I'm thinking your options are either winning Europa League or get a conference. I think they would win anyway. I think they'd get into anyway. So I'm thinking. On balance of thing, I don't think it was smart because now if they're looking a bit leggy against Frankfurt, it's a bit tight.
Listen, you're right. It's hard to argue. Do you know them ones? But I'm just looking at sort of United's last couple of games, West Ham's last couple of games. I mean, you just look at those points there, and you just think, hang on a minute.
Oh wait, what's got game in hand? Oh no, man. I thought they were lower than that.
Well, they've got a game in hand, but yeah.
I thought Wolves had less.
Wolves have stuff to play for.
Yeah, they could get conference. Oh no, man. I thought it was a lot farther. Never mind. That's tight.
They could sneak a. So paint this picture. Imagine West Ham don't play in European football next year. They don't play in Europe at all next season. That's a disaster.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, and then they've basically if they don't beat Frankfurt, they've kind of possibly could end up messing up their entire season.
Very
Because a lot of the players they have, not saying they'll leave, but the ability to keep some like Rice without Europe could be harder. Trying to get better players in could be harder because you're not even conference.
Yeah.
Thing is though, anyway, the thing is, and if West Ham win the Europa League, there's no English team going.
There's no conference, yeah.
So there's so you got that. So Man United are safe. They won't be playing Conference League football, I don't think, next season. Even though they're a game behind, they're a game ahead of West Ham. West Ham, the likes of Norwich and Brighton.
Points too far.
Points maybe too far. Just very quickly, just to move things on. Obviously, Spurs, who are also in contention for the top 4. Kulusevski's games at the moment, if you look at it, 14 games, 3 goals, 8 assists. He's done very well, hasn't he? Thus far.
Very good sign for them.
He's a player.
Very good sign for them.
I really like him, man. I really, really like him.
He's doing what Sancho should be doing in terms of like they're not quick.
Absolutely.
They got the burst like that, but he's putting in work. Because they're both like similar. Because Sancho's not quick. He ain't got the burst like that. But but Kulusevski is doing what Sancho should be doing, which is utilizing his kind of movement in space idea and what. And he's doing very well for them.
No, absolutely. And then of course as well, him and Son. Oscar mentioned this.
The real king of Spurs, right there, not that other one.
27 goals and assists in 31 games is a phenomenal record this season. Oscar, what did you mention in the group chat regarding?
I said so as Son scored his 18th goal of the season, I put a voice note in the group chat. I said, guys, how is it that Son has scored 18 goals this season, but he's been absolutely needy? He's done nothing all year of note. He's been so irrelevant. No one has cared about Son. And then as soon as I finished sending that voice note, he scored another one and made it his 9th.
No, I get you. I fully get you. Because in my opinion, in how he's played, he's been nonsense. Because if you ask some of the Spurs fans, if you were in spaces or whatever with a bunch of them, they were on his neck for the majority of him. But that's it. And the thing is, Son is a very, very good footballer. But what's that stat about? He's right-footed, but he's got like how many of his goals, if not half or whatever of his goals, are left-footed shots. He's a brilliant footballer. He's just kind of been moving match.
Every time I've watched Spurs, he's been trash. He's been trash like every time I've watched them. All the things, the systems are set up in them as like Spurs are I'm going to say 1-2 punch, but with Kulusevski they've actually added an extra gear into it. But it was a case of it's a 1-2. Like I bet you the majority of his assists are Kane.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
A lot of these teams are dumb as well because they play right into their hands.
Yeah.
Like the Villa game, for example, where Villa were on them and they just kind of let it happen. All these games where Spurs will be nonsense and then the team will then let them literally will give them all the space in the world to do which is Spurs do one thing. They will counter immediately and they're very, very efficient about it. Yeah. So if you don't score before them, it's a long situation because they'll do that whole thing where they'll counter, they'll score, and then they'll kind of slowly start like closing you off. And a lot of these teams are dumb enough to just keep letting it happen. It's like, they're never going to change how they play. It's Kane to Son or vice versa, or maybe an occasional Kulusevski run. And they keep letting it happen. It was like, literally, just why are you leaving so much space for this team? Who's not good. It's baffling because Spurs are not a good football. Their fullbacks or wingbacks are horrendous. They've got one good. No, they're horrible. All of them, including Sessignon. I don't know what he is, but him too. The centre backs, Bar Romero, are rubbish.
Talk about regular Don because I remember mentioning him on day one.
Is he even fit?
On day one, I mentioned him. Oscar
he's been replaced by Sessignon. Even for a moment, he was even replaced by Doherty. Like, what's he even doing? Davies was playing there for a while as well. Davies was playing there. Like, this is not a good. No, Spurs have a horrendous team, but they've got the beauty of having 2 world-class madmen up top.
Yeah, facts.
And also a world-class manager. Okay, let me get on to him because he's the second. Yeah, he's joint second in terms of most wins in the first 100 games in the Premier League. Look at the numbers, people. Look at who's he.
You can't hate Conte. He gets results in the league. He gets results, and you can't really. Maybe we're talking about like, but Conte. If you give him what he kind of works with best, he's fine.
Give him what he wants.
Where's Wenger?
Arsenal didn't get that many wins in his first 100.
What, in 96? Come on,
bro. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Did you see our team in 96?
Dude, Arsenal were doing nonsense back. Let's not pretend that we.
96, 97 season, Oscar, we were playing 5 at the back.
Actually, true say, Klopp's not even there. Yeah, I hear that.
And also,
Wenger looked at it. It was like, you can't write. It's like, your diet is atrocious. You can't tie your shoelaces.
Yeah. His first year was getting people off the piss and getting them on a right diet. That was his first job.
Cleansing.
And then gave man creatine in the summer and then won the double.
I said his first year, he was a social worker. He was
first year, it was literally, we're doing social work, we're cleansing your spirit, your body, everything needs to be gone.
He was a PT, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was not here to win football matches.
He had alcoholics. Like medically declared alcoholics.
You got a demon, man. He had the
to a hellhole.
Oh my god, it's not funny, but it just gosh.
We used to train at Metropolitan University. We used to train at Metropolitan University. This guy walked in.
And now what did he say? And now problem.
Oh gosh.
Do you know he signed Vieira before he arrived? He said, first of all, who's David Platt? I need to get this shit out.
Oh god!
I'm gonna sign a player. I'm gonna sign a player before even I've arrived. You know the ones. That's when you know, bro. Honestly, he walked in there. You could smell the barrel. The barrel.
Dr. Wenger.
Dr. Wenger. But yeah, big up to Antonio Conte because that's a phenomenal record.
No. Okay. And, I mean, Wenger didn't make that list, and Klopp didn't make that list, but there is Rafa Benitez.
Oh, comfortable, yeah.
Give him his prop. Give him his due.
You got to give him his flowers, man. And look at Ancelotti's as well. You know what I'm saying?
No, Ancelotti had a title-winning team.
To be fair, yeah.
Half of those guys had title-winning teams. That's why I'm not really.
Yeah, Rafa's actually kind of impressive. To be fair.
Yeah, Rafa's impressive.
Rafa is impressive. Yes, that you're right. Especially
that still makes me laugh. That he goes into everything to destroy it from the inside out. Hilarious.
Yeah.
No, guys. I'm convinced that's an inside job.
Which one? Sorry, which one?
Rafa Benitez and Everton. He looked at Solomon Rondon.
Inside job.
He looked at Solomon Rondon.
Inside job.
He put him in side to do what?
Like he didn't have him at Newcastle.
He sold their best defender. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Taha said, bro, banned all the players from the local pub.
He banned everything.
He went to the pubs and said, don't serve my players.
Oscar, Arsenal had a group called the Tuesday Club in the team. And every Tuesday...
Oh my gosh!
I didn't know his surname was Milligan.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my
Like I said, Arsenal was the dumping grounds.
I know. Drunkards, left, right, centre.
Honestly, people underrate Wenger's challenge, bro. You want to talk about project? Flipping hell, man.
The skipper crashed the car into a pole on the piss.
On the piss, and you know what's funny? He played the next day. We played Sheffield United away. He captained the side,
Jesus.
and he was half cut.
Have you heard the story of Jermaine Pennant's debut?
Oh my god!
You didn't have a tag.
Was he on tag or something?
No, that wasn't his debut. So I saw this on TikTok the other day. Apparently, he didn't know he was going to be in the squad, innit? So he goes out with the reserve team boys, yeah, and they're all saying to him like, "Bro, like you might be in the squad. You might be in the squad. Like, come on, you got to be getting serious." He goes out, gets up 6 a.m. Gets home 6 a.m. battered. Wakes up the next morning, goes to the team meeting where they have breakfast and all that. And he's thinking, I'm not even going to make the squad, yeah? It's calm. 2-2s now. Wenger's doing up the 11 on the board, yeah? He looks at the board, yeah? He squints. He's like, okay, Perez. All of a sudden, Wenger comes to him and starts saying, what I want you to do today is run this way, run that way. He looks at the board and he said, it's important. Oh my goodness. So he said, I'm going to start the game. I'm going to play 20 minutes, run around. After 20 minutes, I'm just gonna fake pull my hammy. I'm just gonna pull my hammy and get off. Yeah. Within the first 20 minutes, he scored. Before half time, he'd scored twice. He said, "I'm staying on." He ended the game with a hat trick.
This is against Southampton. Both him and Perez got a hat trick each. The first game, I think, the second game that we went in the unbeaten run. It's number 1 or 2. can't remember.
Wow.
But unreal. Because we'd lost the league as well. That's why he probably played, because United had won the league. There was nothing to play for. It was like, all right, cool, wrap the season up. But Pennant's a maniac. First of all, you said that he was on tag. Yes.
He played on tag.
This is a guy, when he was at Real Zaragoza, have you heard this story?
Yep.
He lost his car.
How much was it worth?
He lost his car. He was signing a deal with which club? I think a team in Greece. And so he lost his car in I don't know how much it was worth. I can't remember. How much was it?
What do you mean he lost it? Like, how do you lose?
So my man was on the lash again, yeah, out there in Spain, living it large, yeah, in Zaragoza, doing it big. He dumped the car somewhere, and then carried on. Now, he signed for a Greek side, and then he had to go obviously on the plane and just bounce. Meanwhile, he forgot that he left his car in Spain, and just left the car there now.
He doesn't know where he left it.
And he didn't know where he left it.
No, I think he forgot. He forgot about the car.
He just forgot about it altogether.
Yeah.
He's a maniac, bro.
Got hella ticket.
He played for Birmingham City on tag. He was kicking. Remember the Mercurial Vapors? I remember him wearing a blue Mercurial Vapor with the blue Birmingham City kit.
We've spoken about this once on the podcast. What manager allowed this to happen? Surely the manager is culpable here. Like, you're an idiot. How are you playing a player that's on tag?
No, but do you know why, though?
You can't play him. Yeah, you can't play him.
He was probably their best player at the time.
Yeah, they were fighting relegation. Was it Bruce? Was it Steve Bruce? I think it was Steve Bruce.
Was Christopher Dugarry up top? Come on, man.
Christopher Dugarry. Oh my god.
He needs some service.
What, he could only play home games.
And where's his house? How close is his house then? Unless it's just curfew thing. Unless it's just a curfew thing.
Is it just a tag to know where he is? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow,
Right,
what a day!
Let's
what a
move
weekend.
on.
Let's wrap this shambles up. Yeah, I just want to give a few quick mentions very, very quickly before we get on to the rest of the scores. Did you know today it's also, first of all, it's The Rock's birthday, big up to The Rock, but also, because we're doing football, it is this man. Oh, did you say you can't stand The Rock?
Speaking of nice right foots, for first pennant and now the master himself.
It's Beckham's birthday.
Yeah.
Man. Legendary guy.
David Beckham's birthday. Oscar, don't ever slander The Rock like that ever again.
I didn't slander. I have mixed
man. You're talking mad.
Mixed what? Mixed what and the what?
Do you know why? It's because
Let's do this.
He left because he was better. He was better than.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah.
Make mediocre movies. That's it. Like,
he's the best. He's the highest grossing actor on the planet.
Highest grossing. Yeah, he made mediocre movies, man.
Okay.
I don't like The Rock like that. Baraka said, I sent dead ass around an AA group.
They didn't.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah. Oscar, I also want to give a big shout out to the United Castle women.
Okay, that was a mad one. I saw that. I was like, fantastic.
Did you see this?
Fantastic. That was fantastic.
Attendance in the women's game. They had an attendance the day after Liverpool went and won 1-0. Big up to Naby Keita with a goal, by the way. We didn't talk about that too tough. What's it called? Yeah, the next day, Newcastle ladies played, Newcastle women rather, played at St. James's Park to a 22,000 capacity crowd.
Yeah.
Big up to them.
They're in the fourth tier, by the way. But to add nothing more special. They're in the fourth tier. Not even.
Nowhere near the WSL.
Yay! And they got 22K.
They got 22K.
They're like Division 4, no?
Yeah, they're in the fourth tier, which is the whole. I think this is where it's showing us like, the investors, they're clearly hyping up people, thinking, new owners looking for the men, looking at the women as well.
Amanda was with them.
Yeah, they're all there, like a bunch of them. I think they made a plan about how they want to get the Newcastle women into the WSL, so they want to like.
Of course, yeah. And so they had the photo, the dressing room photos when you win a game. I see the photo now. I'm seeing Amanda Staveley on the floor celebrating with the team. I said, that's it. Pick up her, man.
Yep.
She's worth a lot, to be sitting on the floor. She's worth a lot.
Word.
Her face terrifies me though.
Oh, mate.
I hear that still. I hear that.
She reminds me of Victoria in WWE.
Speaking of women's football,
that's harsh, man.
Coventry.
Oh, did you see the Coventry one? Oi!
Commentary.
The Coventry women, because they had a points deduction and everything. They're like more or less basically guaranteed to go down. Last game of the season, they're drawing. Free kick goal, they stay up over Watford, and that's it, they're playing. So Watford get relegated instead of them. And they had this is a team that had points deduction literally last kind of kick of the game.
Why is women's football getting points deductions? What's going on?
Yeah,
What I want to know is what's going on.
The first thing that shocks me is why is it not Coventry? Like what? The team is called Coventry United Women's Team. Like who the hell is Coventry United?
What?
Are
you serious?
They don't even wear sky blue. That's the next team.
Oh, I don't want to know, bro. I don't want to know. See, if it was Coventry City ladies or women, I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's go.
Apparently, it's not associated to the men's team.
No, but you know what? Do you know the Oscar? There's probably a Coventry United men's team.
Probably.
They're playing like the.
You better hope so.
Maybe.
Sunflower League or whatever.
But also Chelsea are winning the WSL. One league.
Oh, yeah, that's done. The second it was done, that's done. No, I can understand. That one there's done.
And Jonas needs to allow it as well, bro. Jonas is on a hype thing as well, bro. He needs to hold that.
I
stop playing Miedemar. Stop playing.
Eriksson.
You mentioned that last week. Stop playing.
I'm gonna keep mentioning it because I met them and it was so nice.
Jonas needs to stop playing Miedemar as if she's number 10. She's not Mesut Ozil. She's a freaking gangster R9 striker. She's freaking getting on my nerves, bro. I see her deep, deep. What are you playing in the center part of midfield?
We're doing up Lacazette.
Basically.
Do you know
but better movement.
Yeah, well, yeah,
and better shot, and just a better shot. She's just better than him in general. She's better than everything.
She's a lethal striker. She went for the Dutch national team the other week, right? Played up top, scored twice, battered whoever they played. I'm looking at this guy like, is he taking drugs? Is he actually on drugs?
I think it was that shock. There was that shock loss we had to Birmingham. I think that's where he shook it. It was like and he's just been doing the most since.
He's having a laugh. He's even taking digs at what's your team called? Emma Hayes. They're sending digs to her as well.
Emma Hayes.
In fairness, she did start that. She started that.
Did she start?
It's from the first game of the season when she started to move a bit shaky because she lost. It was the whole thing.
Emma Hayes gives the most real interviews I've ever seen. Like
she's mental. She's mental. She's proper class.
She talks about the game like she talks about it like you're sitting next to her in a pub. Like she's legendary.
No, she's dope. So I'm just saying, in terms of that, in that context, she did start that one. So
fair enough.
She's a nutcase, bro.
I don't know what really happened with that.
Move her on. All right. Yes, Oscar.
Couple comments about Todd Bowley randomly. Oscar, thoughts on Todd
the
Bridge?
Remember, you have to say Todd.
Baraka said Uncle Todd to bring back the Stamford Bridge Castle. I don't even know what Stamford Bridge Castle is. My main concern with the new owners is how they want to approach this whole stadium thing. Because obviously Stamford Bridge, we need a new stadium. But
you're moving.
Yeah,
I don't think the pitch random are selling that though.
I'm not trying.
I don't know, but how are they gonna? Where are you gonna build? You can't really build on top of what you got. Have you? There's not enough space now.
Oh, you can't.
I can't even lie to you guys. The best thing about Chelsea is that it's in West London. That's the best thing about our club.
So I'm trying to think is like realistically speaking, if you can't really build where you are to get the size that you need.
I mean, even SW6. Sorry, even then, isn't Chelsea in SW6 though?
Yeah, but it's West though. It's
no, but like, is it though? Like,
it's Southwest. It's Southwest. It's Southwest.
Oscar, like your club is in Fulham.
Yeah,
it's actually in Fulham. Like that's the thing I don't understand.
It's what everyone from Chelsea does. This thing they love to pretend they're not south of the river. They are, but it's whatever.
I said when Labs got sacked, I was thinking of Emma Hayes' interim saves.
Hey,
guys, this was a serious suggestion. Surely Emma Hayes has got to take it to.
I would love to see it. I think it would be sick.
She's a better coach for starters.
Is she?
I think it would have been sick.
Is she hard? Is she hard? Is she hard? Yeah, like what? Would she slap like Aspie if he stepped out?
You need to watch her more. She'd
give him a good hiding.
Okay.
After that Everton performance, she would have words for them, man.
Oh, them man will be getting dressed. Listen, now we're going to become the Verizon Stanford Arena.
No, but like logistics wise,
I can't wait.
I'm trying to think what's going to happen because it's only a matter of time before you actually do have to get a bigger stadium.
No, we have to, and it's
and the scenario is too tight.
And I
genuinely think
I'm not trying to hear this. Oh, go Wembley for 4 years.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's actually what's going to happen.
But
that wouldn't need to happen if we're building somewhere else.
No. As in, like, I think you're going to
just stay. Yeah.
I think you're going to flatten Stamford Bridge and rebuild. I think you're going to do a Spurs and just literally cotch at Wembley for a couple of years and bounce. But that's exactly what's going to happen. They're not going to sell that pitch. You're not selling that pitch. That's the problem. So they're just going to flatten it, rebuild, make it
these
lush.
pitch owners need to flipping relax, man.
Make it lush, and then they'll crack on.
That's what it'll be.
That's
what
what
crazy.
All right,
what's that going to
let's
say?
wrap up.
You lied about Cover being out for the whole season. I didn't lie, man. I was fooled by the stats.
Yeah, it was. Remember, we even found out that day, didn't we? We even found out last week.
Listen, if Endo doesn't say it, it's not real.
It's close. Wembley's closer to my yard too. I hate Wembley though. It's not Chelsea. They got red seats, man. Come on.
Hey, what? Spurs play with red seats?
Yeah.
Did they?
Raw.
I didn't know.
This is why they're losing at Wembley all the time. It explains everything now.
I didn't know.
That explains it.
And I used to work at Wembley, so Wembley just sucks to me. Like I don't like it.
Listen, Wembley sucks. What a farce of a stadium it is. National football stadiums are a farce, I think, in general. They are a farce. No one can tell me different. They play like 3 times a year there. and then we throw friendlies just to make them have more games. Because honestly, a national football stadium is a joke thing.
Are we the only one who has one? Are we the only one who has one? I feel like all the other countries have they just use like the stadiums for the clubs.
Spain, Italy, they look at the situation. Germany, they looked at the situation and said, this is ridiculous. What we spending money on it?
I think
no wonder why we need to Brexit.
Outside of Wembley,
money in the hole.
If you had to pick a national stadium for England outside of Wembley, what would it be?
It doesn't have to be one. That's the beauty of it. When Italy play, they go San Siro one weekend. They're in the Olimpico the next weekend. Man, at Juve. You get me?
And do you know why as well?
You mix it up, mix and blend.
Because it's a national team, like you go all over the country, so
that's
different
thing.
Hey, we can see you.
If you're from Borough, if you're from Middlesbrough, and I've got to come to Wembley to watch England,
we've got a bunch of Northerners in our team. How often do we do with it if they got to play in the North with the people rather than just doing everyday Wembley?
Yeah, but you know what, guys?
And you know my other thing as well,
Scott. We're arguing something that's what 20 years too late.
Oh, it's done. Like it's not gonna change. But
they rebuilt Wembley. Like this is not gonna happen.
Yeah, I heard
it's done. It's done. But like for example, I think what was I saying? What was I saying?
What about Hampden Park? Come on, man.
Run that move, blood, about Hampden Park, blood. You know what I'm saying?
Park, we love the national stadiums.
Do they fill the stadium when Scotland play?
Aviva Stadium in Ireland.
Hey, the Millennium Stadium. Come on, Peter, man.
Oscar, no. And that's for the rugby man them. Let's be very clear. Aviva and Cardiff were built for the rugby. They weren't built for Wales. You know what I'm saying? They weren't built for the Wales.
I'm going to say it again though. The Wales national anthem, random segue, is absolute fire. By the way, just because rugby was in my head and when they sing it, it's sick.
What is their one?
It's fire. It's fire.
I don't know what it's called, but whenever they sing it, it's just great.
When they sing.
Yeah, it's dope.
Nothing's topping Italy though. Italy's number one. Like.
But it's just
name one word in the national anthem.
You have to know it, man. You just have to feel it.
Italia.
But it's one of those things there. Like the Welsh one, it's like one of those ones that it builds. It's like especially when you compare it to this nonsense that we have for England. Like the Welsh one, it just works.
English national anthem is meaty.
It's nonsensical, man. I don't know why it's still a thing.
Which one? The England one?
It's nothing. It's boring as hell. It feels nothing. There's no sense of like build or like rallying cry when you sing the freaking "God Save the Queen" song.
Yeah, what's the other, you know your national anthems repug when you've got another song. See rugby when England play rugby, I swear they sing something else.
What's it called? No, it's not. There's another one they sing. They want to change it to that. It's not that one. It's another one though. It's not. There's one they sing and everyone.
We got three. We got three.
But there was a thing what they were trying to see if they can change the national anthem to that rugby one rather than the God Save the Queen one.
Yeah.
But in fairness, though, I didn't learn.
Is it not Swing Low Sweet Chariot?
It's not. Jerusalem. There it is.
Jerusalem. Yes.
Jerusalem.
Yeah. Jerusalem.
I heard that one before.
Why are they singing about Jerusalem?
So they got three.
For real. Twickenham's and Twickenham.
What's Twickenham got to do with Jerusalem?
Let's be fair. The Will Grigg on Fire tune is actually the national anthem right now. Anyway, it was in the Euros.
Sahara is saying make Sweet Caroline the anthem. Look, Sweet Caroline is an American song.
That's what people need to remember.
By the way, PR. I just watched a video on BBC Sport. Bukayo Saka did a little an interview with Josh Denzel, and they spoke about Sweet Caroline, and they were saying so. Apparently, Saka had done an interview before the Euros where he had spoken about his favorite victory song, and he said, "Sweet Caroline is my favorite victory song." And then obviously at the Euros, England started playing Sweet Caroline, innit? So so Josh Denzel goes to him, oh, how did you know that would become the England anthem? And he was like, well, they play it at Arsenal. Like, this is the Arsenal victory song. So then he was saying, so then Josh Denzel was like, how did you know? And he was like, I don't know, whoever played that song knows. I was thinking you should quote the like
should chime in.
It's me.
Send it to Saka and be like, it's me.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along. It was me all along.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And it's funny because
they literally like, so who invented this? And I'm like, bro, this is Pete. This is you.
It's legit an American guy. But the thing is, that song came from the fact when we beat Chelsea in the FA Cup final in 2017. That's where I first heard it. So when the crowd was singing it then we were like, let's bring that to the Emirati.
So did they play it at the Emirates before you started working there?
No.
Wait, Peter.
No.
So
what was the song before?
Move On Up, Curtis Mayfield.
Yes.
Move on up.
Okay, yeah.
Big tune.
No, but unless
I still play every now and again now.
Unless I'm reading this wrong. So what? Am I talking to the Sweet Caroline guy then?
Yeah, you gave us Sweet Caroline as a national anthem.
It became the anthem at the Emirates, yeah. We started playing it.
And then
it made rounds. It's Peter.
They asked Bukayo Saka in April of last year, what is your victory song? And he said Sweet Caroline. And then it became the English.
Then it became the England one, yeah.
We found the source.
Was it last year when it because even the darts, it was everywhere. Like Anthony Joshua, I swear he had it as well.
So to be fair, it's a big song. Like outside of that, it's a big song.
But when you deep it, that song is old. Like it's an old tune, and it just resurfaced again.
Pete, I'll be real. I only know that song from the Emirates. Like,
are you serious?
When you used to get me tickets, back in the day, Pete used to get me tickets. I used to go to Arsenal games, and you started playing it. I knew of the song, but I knew the lyrics because of the Emirates. Like,
that's interesting.
Okay, Boss Like Endo said, Oscar, random question, yeah, but is Marcus Alonso a cult hero at Chelsea? Do you rate him? I think he gets over criticized. I can't lie, there's a lot of hatred tied to him. He's similar to Willian. Like, we respect him for what he did for the club, but you're so frustrating. Like,
he's won it all. He's won it all.
I can't stand you. But amongst Chelsea fans that go to the games because they love all the players, Marcus Alonso, his name gets sung every week. So people, he's a cult hero. He's a cult hero in that respect.
Oh, by the way, Oscar, random thing on
got any songs like the Liverpool Dua Lipa song? What's the Liverpool Dua Lipa
song? What's the Liverpool Dua Lipa song?
Is that One Kiss?
Is it
One Kiss is all it takes? Is it that
I'll be real. I stopped listening to it in 2018 when we lost the Champions League final.
So what's the significance of it?
Hallucinate is a big tune with a big rhythm, you know.
I wasn't talking
big
about
rhythm.
Hallucinate.
I'm just saying it's a big rhythm.
Okay.
Fucking full of money. Anyway, the thing is, another thing, Oscar, you see the Liquidator. So me and Benito were at some bar right the other day, and the Liquidator come on, bruv, I popped.
What bar was this?
What bar was this?
Yeah, it's called the Dial Arch. You can find it in Royal Arsenal.
I'd rather not, man. It sounds right.
Yeah, if you're playing the Liquidator, that's a bit meaty.
No, listen, they saw a couple black people. Obviously, some of that Louise 5 on it came on. I was like, okay, what's going on here? So they were bouncing left and right. I got 5 on it.
It's not Louise.
I thought it's Louise.
Is it Loonies?
Oh, Howler.
Loons. I don't even know, but carry on.
Howler. There was an L on the Z. There's an L on the Z. That's all I know.
That's a fact.
What's it called? But yeah, the Liquidator then come on. I popped big time. Not because I like the song, because I was saying F off Chelsea. Anyway, but yeah, it was one of those where they come on. I come on. I was like, okay, hello, what's going on? Can we wrap up this thing?
Yeah, but I didn't get to answer Taha's question. No, we don't have any Chelsea songs like popular mainstream songs, but there are them old school white jams that are proper Chelsea, like Madness. I don't know if you know them. Yeah. So that's a Chelsea song. We play that when we win. So that's a Chelsea song. But yeah, it's Lunas, not
Lunas. Louise. What's it called? Chelsea got a few tunes. Blue is the colour. You got a couple.
Yeah, but they're official Chelsea songs. I think he meant like a popular song that we've adapted.
Lola, have you seen what's on the streets about this North London Forever song?
It's nice.
The worst song ever. Oh
it's
my
sweet.
God.
It's sweet. Like I'm not gonna like. I think
play that.
I think he's going to. But like, I think it's one of those ones where it's a sweet song. It's not like nothing like levels like that. But it's I think some people are on both ends are like overstating it and also over campaigning it. It's fine. It's a sweet song.
Yeah, I think they're gonna
London forever. It's like a bad. Like it's so bad.
I don't think it's bad. I literally think it's just a sweet song. Like,
it might have 1,000% it's giving me Bethel vibes, but it might be like the Walk Alone thing. It could be the Walk Alone song for us.
Maybe. But I doubt it. I don't think it's going to catch. You never know. Arsenal love to kind of randomly, if they kind of collectively like something, it might be a thing. But I think some people are over-hating it. I do think it's a bit whatever, but it's a sweet song. Not bad.
No cap, yeah. My mentions are ridiculous for this song right now.
You see, look what I mean?
It's going ham in my mentions.
What I don't understand is why didn't they go to you first? Like, this would have been so much better introduced if you played the song first. The fact that it's been played on social media and it's like, let's all have a new song, it just feels unorganic. Like it feels
because is it unorganic? Is it unorganic if the guy who made it is an Arsenal fan and he's a musician who just happens to make a song?
He's made a song to like for the purpose of it to be sung in a stadium. Like
why not?
He didn't really.
No, because Sweet Caroline was not made for that purpose.
He's changing it though. I think he's changing
it. But Sweet Caroline is an actual song, while this one is specifically about Arsenal. No? So it's basically a glorified chant.
Yeah, but like
it's not a problem. It's like I said, it's nothing wrong with it. It's not like some kind of like revolutionary song. It's a sweet song. That's what I say. But it's not. I probably won't go look and find it, but it's a sweet song, you know. And if we happen to get top 4 and it gets played, I'm not gonna get mad at it.
Yeah. To Old Trafford, United, take me home. That song's actually kind of a banger still.
I think football fans don't get enough credit for how creative they are with chants and stuff. If you leave it up to the football fans, they will make something better than that song.
Do you know what I'm amazed at the most? It's when you have songs for certain clubs. I've rocked up to the London Stadium. The songs Arsenal fans have for West Ham, I couldn't believe it, blood. I couldn't believe it. I was sitting there like legit in awe because I was just like, do you know what? You lot are frigging creative.
Fair play.
You are so creative, but they're so funny. They are so funny. Like football chants are they're the best.
But I will say some other fans from other clubs still talking about the North London song. So some West Ham fans were getting like dicey by it. Your song's about bubbles, man. Sit over there.
No cap, yeah.
Lola, I just want to say, have you ever been to the London Stadium?
Not London Stadium, no.
Because I worked a shift at the London Stadium, and guys, when I heard "Forever Blowing Bubbles," I wanted to be a part of it. That song is amazing. That song is amazing. I'm telling you.
I don't care if it's good or not. The point is, it's about bubbles, so I don't care.
No, Oscar's a reply. Like, there's a machine on the side, and it's blowing bubbles in it. Like, it's legit.
No, but that's sick. Like,
I like it.
I like it a lot.
That being said, if I'm there, I'm gonna get wrapped up in it because I like that kind of nonsense stuff. But it's bubbles, so again, no.
By the way,
it's a great song. Peter, you love it.
It's all right. After being there for 3 seasons now, I've gone to the London Stadium 3 times. I'm now come to the conclusion it's a terrible stadium. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I gave it. Do you know why? Because I thought I'm gonna give it some juice. Yeah, 1 year we lost. Yeah, we lost 1 year, so I was hacked off. I didn't want to know. Then another year we won 3-1 with Freddie Ljungberg. Freddie. Then we won again, right?
Yeah, Valentino.
So this guy had what? Valentino.
He wore Valentinos. Oh, Freddie Ljungberg.
We love you, Freddie. But the thing is, yeah, so I've gone there again now, and this time I was on the upper tier, right? Like row 1, sort of at the upper tier. Bro.
When that's ATPR.
When I deeped it, yeah, I was saying to I was with my colleague at work, big up Mattia, yeah. He said the pitch is 100 meters. Right, he says we are at least 50 meters away from the corner flag nearest to us. So he said, when the ball is the other side of the pitch, you know when who scored? I try to think. It's when Rob Holding scored. Yeah, it was 150 meters away. He said this cannot work. He said this can't be right.
When you sit in the upper tier, you're 2 bus stops away from the pitch. I'm telling you, 2 bus stops. No,
Oscar, you see DLR, you are. Stratford International and Stratford, and then Stratford High Street. Those are the gaps. Those are the gaps, blood. It was actually far because my friend was saying to me, you know, being Italian, he's gone to different grounds. Like, you know, he's gone to the Olimpico where they got a track. He's gone to Napoli, and he said, "You're not this far at Napoli, and the track still remains, bro. We are sitting above the running track.
It's an awful stadium.
It's an awful stadium. It is not ready for football.
when I went to West Ham this year, because the only time I've been like in the stadium to watch a game, I was front row and we were far away. I was front row.
I gave you 3 chances, West Ham. I'm so sorry.
It's a joke.
You need to leave.
It's a joke.
You don't need to leave and just build a new ground.
When it rains inside. What's going on?
I don't think you lot are deep in what Adrian just said there.
You're inside an enclosure.
You're inside an enclosure.
Nah.
Like you go to get a drink, and you can get you need an umbrella when you're getting a drink because it rains everywhere. You're just outside. It's a pathetic stadium.
It's a madness, yeah. Because obviously, man's got the pint, yeah, and I'm seeing architecture above my head. I'm seeing massive
stairs and
things that are holding the ground together. I'm seeing that in the concourse
infrastructure.
The thing is, like everything in the London Stadium is outside. It's like a Roman Colosseum. There's no indoors. You don't go inside.
There's no indoors. Yeah, no.
What a joke.
It's phenomenal for athletics, and even then, I'm questioning how are you not seeing anything, right? Because you ain't seeing no shot put. I'll tell you that now. But for football, it's a no from me, Jeff. It's a no.
Karen Brady, you've got this one wrong.
Well, that's not there in it. So,
anyway.
Robinho said concourses around Europe don't have walls still, like you are outside, like you're still outside. Okay. They said that's just the European standard.
Man, listen, there are some shanty towns, man.
When I went to Lille, they had walls, but there was like a large.
That's a new ground, though. That's a good ground, though.
Really nice ground. Really nice.
Oscar, by the way, let me just clear this comment for 1 second. Look at my thing. Europa League secure, people. Meaning at least I'll be going to places in Europe. I can't wait next season. Who's joining me? Who's joining me in Europe next year? Who wants to come along? Let's do a dodgy trip.
Adrian loves Arsenal, man.
I'll do one.
Mate,
I'll see you in Strasbourg, next season, bro. Let's do it, bro.
I'll do one still.
Peter, let me guess. Your last Europa League trip was Baku, right?
I friggin' don't like you, bro. I don't like you.
Unnecessary, You just
it was so unnecessary as well.
Stinker.
It was a dagger. Like that season, I visited some countries. I was in Madrid. I was in Valencia. I went to Baku. I've gone to places, blood. You want to give me that one? That's what you want to end it with. I went to Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon.
I was going to say, rest of this weekend, who else played? I literally can't remember anyone else.
Okay, so
no one cares. Everyone else is at the beach.
Nobody really gets. Bro, when I say no one gives a damn, because the way.
Wait, I know Palace won. Because I was.
Obviously, that's your second team, isn't it? That's your second team.
Palace.
My guy.
Oscar choosing violence. I lie. What for? What's it called? Villa beat Norwich 2-0. Is what it is. By the way, Gerrard's not been good this season. Just
Norwich relegated, by the way.
No. Norwich.
No one cares. They're always gone.
Who cares?
See ya. Obviously, like you said, Palace have beaten Southampton. Burnley turned it around late, beating Watford, which is what's put Leeds in real bother. And Brighton beating Wolves 3-0 at Molineux. Interesting. Bruno Lage, man, you're letting me down. That's 3 defeats in a row, no goals.
No, he's not actually medium now.
No, but he's not. He's still pushing in the conference. He's still large. He's still large if you can get in the conference.
Is a couple points off? You can still get it. Yeah, West Ham can fall off.
Yeah, there's a couple points. Oscar, goal of the week. I tell you what, Naby Keita's Brazilian dip. Yeah, I said, yo, Naby Keita's dip. I said, okay, but I'm sure Man City scored a nice one, didn't they?
Who scored for Man City?
I feel like the goals.
There's Rodri.
Fernandinho's one was okay, but
Fernandinho was nice, but it wasn't special.
My goal of the week. My goal of the week was sorry, Adrian. My goal of the week was Son. Left.
Yeah, there we go.
There we are. Yeah, there we go. The Son one.
Simple.
I didn't actually see Spurs' game.
No, I didn't see the game. I saw the goal.
Yeah, I saw that goal because it was doing around.
Well, it was Son. It was either going to be Son or Iniacho. I remember it now, but yeah, Son was better.
SW60 saying Zaha scored a nice goal. I didn't see it.
It was. He touched it and then a one-time swing shot. Like, that Zaha power that he put everything behind it and he celebrated like he's about to burst.
I mean, it was last minute winner, man. He deserved.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. No, but I'm saying it's that kind of typical kind of when Zaha shoots, he puts everything into the shot.
Yeah, he needs to have a long recovery session the next day. You know the ones because he's put everything in that kick.
Oh, Eze scored though. I like that for him.
A man like Eze, big up, man. After that long injury he's had, big up to him.
I love Eze, man. What talent.
Yeah, what's not to like? And also, are we not mentioning Naby Keita? No, I thought a Liverpool fan over there would be singing his praises because
it's a good goal, but I think something's better.
Another VAR check goes in favour of Liverpool. What's new?
I beg your pardon.
Wow.
What?
By the way, Boss Endo's mentioned Benzema. His Panenka at the Etihad, flipping hell.
I love Benzema, man.
What's not to like? And Vinicius Junior,
Fernandinho was roots.
That was his retirement match. That was it. He said, we're not giving you a new contract. That's for damn sure. You can't get Vinicius. And how long did they want him to run? 100 meters?
You know how you said you love it. I love Vinny, man. He's my guy.
Did you see the video of Aguero and Balotelli watching?
Balotelli.
Yeah, it was jokes. It was jokes.
Yeah. Is Balotelli retired, by the way?
I think
probably
the second tier.
He was in where was he? Was he Empoli? Can't remember now.
I think it was Monzo, was it?
By the
I
way,
thought it was like some second tier Italian team.
Yeah. No, I don't think they're in the top tier. I think he's playing for.
If he's retired, he ain't told nobody.
I didn't realize he was born in Palermo. That's interesting. Oh no, he plays. Yeah, now he left Monza and he's joined Adana Demirspor, which is a team in Turkey.
By the sound.
Transport, whatever they're called. They won their league. I think it's their first. I think is it the first time they've won it?
Something like that. The scenes,
because the scenes were madness.
Brother, I thought I was at a Bray Wyatt, entrance video. It was mad. It was a light show and a half. It was absolutely mental. So yeah, that's the goal of the week. Is going to Son. Is it Son?
Yeah,
Son's got goal.
Yeah, I'll go with Son.
What's the other thing? Player of the week.
Player of the week.
Rob Holding.
Probably Son again.
Rob Holding, he's one
more than Ramsdale said to him. That was a bit mean, still.
You see, Ramsdale, you're not that guy. Early shower for him.
That was cheeky. That was cheeky because it didn't feel like that mate kind of, but it felt like he just kind of slightly. You went a bit slightly. That's like
for me.
You don't do it on camera.
It was Rob's reaction.
Because I think he said, "Come on." I think he said, "Come on, mate." It's like I think that's clearly you don't do that in front of the camera. You don't do that. You don't do that in front of the camera.
You can bust in the changing room. Why are you doing this on Sky Sports?
Full well.
Even Uncle Jeff was a bit like, "Come on, man."
Because we all know what he's done in it, but don't let him have his moment. He's not going to get man in the match and score again.
He scored his first goal, and you were out here climbing out of your goal like an idiot. Getting a yellow card, doing nonsense, and you want to make jokes now.
He actually didn't though. Bowen got the yellow card. I'm just saying.
Well, he didn't get yellow.
By the way,
Bowen dived.
That was outrageous.
Wow! He got
it was like one of those. It was a technical dive because realistically, if he didn't it's one of those ones where he could. True, but also it kind of proves that he could have jumped over it and he just chose to dive because he saw he wasn't going to get it. If you watch it, Bowen had enough time. If you watch it back. The way Bowen hit the ball. He had enough time to not kind of go over, and he dived. But it's still dumb from Ramsdale because I don't know what the hell he was doing.
Yeah, what was he doing there? SW6 is asking what happened. Basically, they did a post-match interview, and it was Ramsdale and Rob Holding. And the interviewer is like, Rob Holding, your first goal for Arsenal in how many years? 6 years?
In the 6 years. Yeah, first Premier League goal. Yeah,
first Premier League goal in 6 years, and then
just in general.
Ever, as in since.
Yeah, but like, how long? What was the time? Because he mentioned the time period.
He joined. Okay, it's been there. Yeah.
So he goes, and then Ramsdale goes, all it took was 6 years and a new hairline.
I was like, dude, he got mad at the match. He scored a goal. Not necessary.
I was not happy with that, right? And then when Rob Holding was like, "Come on, mate, brother," it sunk my heart.
I
love.
Guys, I love Rob Holding. He is a great guy.
Yeah, I do not, but I felt bad for him.
And when that happened, I was crushed.
So I said he thinks that joke's going to take a relegation off his TV.
I hope he was fit. I hope Rob Holding would like.
Actually, it was Ramsdale is that kind of the young kind of player who's been. It's like the year 5 or year 5, the year 4 has been pushed up to year 6. So he thinks he can kind of play like that. It's like, dude, know when things are for the people and know for when it's in the back room. You didn't need to do that. It was unnecessary.
That wasn't.
It was so wrong. It was just so wrong. I was not happy at all. He's got early
shower. Because after he said that, I was just staring at his hair the whole time. I said, "This guy has."
The turkey. What he done was prestige.
That's one of the best I've ever seen.
And what he needs to do is feed that to freaking Gabriel, because the spray on hairline he's doing is nonsense. Go get an actual transplant.
He ain't got time to go turkey. He's out here making babies.
Don't care.
Babies, man.
I want to see you in summer. The second season is finished. I want to see you in Turkey, bald head with the dots. The spraying is annoying. You look like a fool.
Nah, man. Let's spray the thing. Man's got a head.
No, because you want to see Gabriel in pre-season sweating and the thing is just dripping on his head. I beg, just get a transplant. You have money.
I swear he made Aubameyang do it as well.
But no, Aubameyang had hair. Aubameyang had hair. He just kind of did the whole thing where the way he styled it was a bit mad. But also it was a lot of football Twitter did that thing where they kind of exaggerated for him. He has hair, it's just dead hair.
But Lola, when he tried to bust the Travis Scott and he had a fresh box paper, come on. Huh? This guy thought he was Travis in the
he's a joker. What would captain get a hairstyle like that?
Your captain
expression.
No, but on the real though, Holden needs to give us a certain amount of the whoever did his hair, because proper work. Ramsdale was going to need that too. I can see it's thinning. You too. Go ask Holden for your.
When the quiff
you
comes
see it?
forward, when the quiff is like this,
I'm seeing it.
Come on, bruv.
I'm just saying, Ramsdale, you're talking. You're going to need his number soon.
Yeah, Ramsdale, he's early shower, man. He's even close to being not that guy, bruv. Because that was uncalled for, and you hurt my guy, Rob Holding. Let's move it on. Stupid mug. Player of the week, yeah. So I said Holding because he got man of the match and he scored, and I friggin' love him. So my shout is Rob Holding. Let's see your takes.
Adrian, do you wanna make a case for Jordan Pickford or no?
I wouldn't go that far. I thought we had a good game. I wouldn't go that far though. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. My case was Son, but I can't even go hard for him because I didn't even watch the game. He scored 2 goals. I said, yeah, give it to him.
Yeah.
I'll go Holding. I'll go Holding then.
Rob Holding.
He's
bar his passing, which is just not. It's just the thing that he just can't do anyway. So I'm not even going to bother with that. He had a very good game, especially in the back four. What I was surprised about is because he's normally just the kind of emergency middle of the three thing situation that he plays. He played in the back four, so fair enough.
Yeah, he played in the back four, man. Can't hear him. What happened to Benjamin?
Injured.
He's been strapped for a minute. I'm surprised he hasn't been injured since now.
He's preparing to go back in the Villa.
Oh god!
More is coming for him.
Perfect candidate. Jesus.
Yeah, I'll play for Arsenal. What's it called? Holding. Yeah, go on.
Robinho's got a contender for team of the week. He says
Trabzonspor.
Where does Daniel Sturridge play?
He was.
Isn't he in Kent? No, he's not in Turkey anymore, is he?
No, he plays in Australia.
Oh, it's Australia. Australia, yeah.
He used to play for them, though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but for their celebrations alone, I mean, I don't have any other team to give it to. So
I'm not. The teams have. No one has been impressive like that. I don't really care. So trans. I can't say them. Their man can get in.
Trabzonspor.
Burnley, honourable mention because that
was nice.
That was a life-changing moment, man.
Honourable mention to Burnley before for sure.
Because I think that win saves. I think that win more or less not secures, but I think they're up from that win.
I don't have a not that guy, but 2 early showers, of course, Aaron Ramsdale and Yerry Mina.
I've got an early shower from the same game. Says that Aspilicueta. Get in the shower.
Yeah. The FA needs to get thrown in there as well. Investigating what? You know what I'm saying? Investigating what?
I hate Richarlison, but come on, man.
You're just trying to pick. You know when you've got no job. They've got no job to do, so they just said, let's make our week worthy. Let's spend a frigging month discussing this. Isn't this the same FA that apologized to Everton? Nonsense. Frigging nonsense. You know what I mean? Not that guy mentioned for sure. Ben Mee Wara manager. Yeah, for real, man. Ben, well, it's not him still, is it? There's some other dude, isn't it? Is it Mike Jackson or something like that?
Yeah, Sam Jackson.
And if you're called Mike Jackson,
MJ,
you just gotta just commit. You might as well call yourself Michael Jackson. You just gotta commit.
No, I think the mic is low-key genius.
And also, see that what I said. That's the one I was talking about.
Interesting.
I can't find the shade bar on Instagram.
No, I just sent it to you. I just sent you the photo that my friends put in the group chat.
Okay, who's not that guy? In the meantime,
You know, who's not that guy? Yeah, I think. To be honest, I think there's just a no-brainer in it. For me, it has to go to this guy. Let me just pull up his Wikipedia so I can find his information. So this guy was born in 1994, 23rd of September. Had an interesting career. Started in 2013 for Deportivo Pasto. In 2014, he moved to Santa Fe, where he played 67 appearances and scored 7 goals.
Santa Fe.
In 2016, he moved to Palmeiras. In 28 appearances, he caught the eye of one of the European giants, Barcelona. In 2018, and made 5 appearances for. In 2018, it was a big year for him. He went to the World Cup with his nation of Colombia. And unfortunately, they were knocked out by England in the quarterfinals by an Eric Dyer penalty at the end of the shootout. And he scored a penalty that day, actually, and he was given a lot of stick to the England players, but it didn't turn out great for him. In 2018, he also made his move to the blue side of Liverpool. And all of these accolades that I've mentioned, they're all pretty good. You know, we all respect these footballers. They have hard lives coming from difficult countries, and they move to tough places, and they have to adapt. And he's just come back from injury, so fair play to the guy. But in all of these accomplishments I've made, he was a certain shade, a certain color. Yeah. The man I see before me today is not that color. Now, we've just mentioned the Burnley manager, Mike Jackson. This guy is more similar to Mike Jackson in other ways. Yeri Fernando Mina Gonzalez. This week, you are receiving not that guy.
He looks like
The thing is, because do you know what's funny? People are trying to say in those comments that it's the lighting. Look around his mouth and tell me that's not something that you can blatantly tell that's bleach.
No. It definitely is. It definitely is bleaching. And the thing is, I noticed
his knuckles, for goodness sake.
Yeah, look at Baraka. Said, was it just me or did Yeri Mina look lighter than usual? Yeah, that's why he's not that guy, Baraka. That's exactly why. That's why he's not that guy.
No, literally, I saw him. I think he was like, who was he messing with? It was Havertz. I was like, does he not look a bit? And I left it, and then this guy posted it. It was like, I knew it because he was looking. You know, you can tell when someone's looking a bit dry in the face. When they're looking a bit dry or ill in the face, and it's like, ooh.
I looked at him and I said, why does it look like he didn't put Vaseline on?
Why is he look like
2 twos. I see this tweet. I said, oh my goodness.
He's funny. He's hilarious.
I am dead.
Because why is he now looking like that's DCL's hand? Why are they looking like the same shade? That's not your shade. That's not your shade. That one there has got mixed with white. You ain't got white in you.
This guy said that's DCL's hand. Look at the difference.
And look at Mina's hand at the end.
I cannot deal. I certainly cannot deal.
Nah. I mean, do you know what it is, Ray?
It's both sad.
I was in 2 minds about this. Because it's very, very sad that he felt like he had to do this. And obviously, he's come from a country like Colombia. I don't know what the racial tension is like in that country, where there's half of the people are dark skinned, half of the people are extremely light. So I'm sure there's some racism going on there. That's mad. But he felt that in this first picture, his skin actually looks really good. Like he's got even toned. Like I would have never thought he's not even so dark. Like, do you know what I mean?
Looks better.
Like,
He looks better in the first picture.
Way better.
No, because
There's some people whose
just-
skin is so dark that you think, okay, I can understand why you might have been bullied about this or this is just the most unnecessary thing.
I think I said this on. I think it might have been to you. Nobody looks good when they've bleached. It just never looks good.
Nah.
Look at Vibes Cartel.
Oh god. Most of the time.
That's the wild part.
Hey, I could bust like Kendall too, but he looks like a snap. He looks like a Bitmoji.
Oh my god!
A digestive
biscuit.
Jesus. Oh my gosh!
It's an absolute stinker.
It's a howler. It's a friggin' howler. It's a friggin' howler. Nothing can be said, Oscar. Oh
yeah, man. Yeah,
guys,
sorry.
don't bleach, man.
You're
don't
not
bleach,
that guy.
guys.
David, I hope I did it justice, man. But this guy,
be comfortable in your own skin, man. That's what I'm gonna say. Like your skin's lit. You know what I'm saying? Cream it.
Plus, and he's darker in it. Like the whole dark skin thing is in. Enjoy that.
I lie. And it was so funny. It's like the light. Say like white people want to look a bit darker, and then like dark people want to look lighter. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
It's long, man. No one looks good either which way.
So listen, there's no 12:30 kickoffs this weekend, which is odd. And yet Liverpool Spurs are playing at 7:45.
For goodness sake.
On Saturday.
Saturday? Why? Oh.
It's not the Champions League, Adrian. Why the hell are you not playing at 7:45 on a Saturday?
Why not 5? What's happening?
5:30 is because they got to show Brentford Man United, Brighton Man United, haven't they? They've got to show it. They've got to show it.
Did you just say what I think you just said?
Oscar, you heard me. You friggin' heard me.
Right. Okay.
No 12 o'clock kickoffs. However, we have got a 5:30 and a 7:45 on a Saturday night. So,
to be fair, Liverpool Spurs during the day at Anfield would feel weird. I don't know why. It just.
I don't mind it not being 12:30. I'm just thinking, why 7:45?
Give me at 5:30, bro. Bump that Brighton game to 12:30, and we keep it moving.
Why is Brighton versus Man United like?
Nobody care about those two clubs. Their fans don't even care. Why are we showing this?
The only thing I'm looking forward to is Ranić just giving man a bag, because Ranić's going to start throwing people under this bus.
I know. Run it back, by the way. Ranić is now the Austrian manager as well. Yes, jokes.
Listen, I told you, man. Yeah, I already said.
Peter, you did.
I have no words. Football always gives me data. It always gives me stats. It gives me something to work from. Because when I think exactly, we were there chatting. Oh, he's gonna be here. He's gonna be there. Is my man's gonna be doing part-time in Manchester? Is he working from home? Is that what he's gonna be doing when he's in Austria? He's working from home.
No, he is, because he's a consultant. He's working remotely. Because he's not an official employee. He's a consultant.
They said he will do 2. They said he will do 2 days in the United office.
What the hell does that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't even know.
Casual workers will have more access to that training ground than him.
That's a 0 hours contract.
I mean, maybe his job is clearly just to blow it up in it. So that probably won't be hard. Just like piss everyone off and then just get rid of them.
No.
I don't know.
Do you know what his job is? Harry Maguire is rubbish. Luke Shaw is rubbish. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is rubbish. And then give you a list of decent players. Like what?
Honestly, what's the need?
All he needs to do, fast forward Football Manager, go to 2032. And then whoever's good then, tell Man United to sign them. Job done.
By the way, Eric Ten Hag's first thing next season, 2 things. He has to finish in the top 4 and he has to win the Europa League. End of discussion. If he doesn't win them 2, see you later on your bike. But anyway,
there's one of those things that United are in the Europa League. They have to be in the final.
They got to win it.
I don't know if they are in the final, they should be winning it. So,
yeah.
Okay. Games that are happening next week. So let's see. Anything worthy of note? I mean, Chelsea Wolves. Yeah.
I'm gonna be at that game.
You there? Is that the last home game for you lot, or is it?
Yeah.
Got more? So what?
Last day of the season as well. Yeah.
Lap of honor.
I'm trying to get my Hudson Odoi shirt signed, man. I need that.
Still. The last time he's in Chelsea blue, so go for it.
Yeah, might as well, man. Might as well.
No real other games. Let's see. Brentford are at home to Southampton. Nothing. Burnley at home to Villa. There's a bit of Jeopardy.
Come on,
Burnley. Palace at home to Watford. Could be
I mean, this is more a case of Palace one. It's a case of Palace wants to be their end of the season goal is to see if they can get the top 10. see if they can sneak into the 10th position. So they might,
which will
try
be a
and get
cracking
that.
season. Which will be a cracking
definitely.
with the FA Cup semi-final for sure.
Did Guardiola do that? Palace into 10.
Did who? Guardiola?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think
he might have. He
might
might
have, maybe.
And he got, and obviously they got into a cup final, didn't they, against United?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was deep. Like Palace, because you know, like how like we were talking about your Norwiches and your Watfords and your Fulhams.
Yeah.
Like Palace are one of the teams that have just sort of come up, been up for probably like 9 years now, and actually become a staple.
I think they came up in 2014, if I remember correctly. No, actually, no, that can't have been right. That can't be right.
It's 2013, maybe.
Maybe 13 when they come. Up.
No, it might have even been 2012. You know, because obviously 13, 14, they ruined our party. So it might have even been 2012. I don't know, but yeah, you see, that's how long they've been up, and they've actually become a staple.
You see, Oscar, click that comment about Palace, please. Because I never understand comments like this, because like, are we expecting the league to just be 6 teams? You need teams in the middle. That's what they're there for. To push, to disrupt parties, to be in and around that. That's what they're there for.
And to be fair, like Palace,
they build talent, and they're good. They're a good club.
They give us enjoyment. Like,
they beat teams. They kind of they beat teams. They lose sometimes. They spoil parties. They do certain stuff. Like, they're a good team.
They took points from City this year. They took points off Arsenal this year. Like they're enjoyable to have, and they've got some good players. I don't think they're like.
Plus they're from South London, so I'm biased, but they're from South, and I need them here.
Yeah, man. Their atmosphere's fake, man. They're not as loud as they appear on TV. But yeah,
why are you hating?
It's true. No, it's true. It's true.
It was ridiculous because didn't in Holloway walk before they even kicked a ball in the league? And like they were in administration like a couple years before that, and he was like, "Oh, hang on a minute here." But yeah, now
we're cooking, man. They're making good signings.
They have a black manager. What are you talking about?
Exactly. We've got Vieira in there. They got some good like black players, which is part of my bias. I'm going to toss. We got Gray, who's there doing well. We've got Eze, Elise, Zaha's there. A little bit of like funny in there.
Elise is young Digga D, by the way.
It's whatever.
He's got a temper as well. He's got a temper.
Oh no, you can see it. You see it. Yeah, I see it. But man, I like Palace, man. They serve a purpose.
Yeah, I think they have to serve a purpose, man.
I think next season that might be the thing. That I think their thing is to try and like. I don't think because conference is 7th. Like I'm looking at it thinking. Their Palace's thing is to try and see if they can try and stay or get into the top half of the table.
Top half, yeah, it should be top half.
So you man on nostalgia merchants. To be fair, we've only spoke about Palace this year. We're not even
talking about who's nostalgia merchants? I've been talking about Palace as in recent.
And Eze and the young ballers they got now.
Eze was born in 2002.
Yeah, big up Conor Gallagher.
Like
he's part of the man them too. Yeah, come on.
By the way, Gallagher, does he play for Chelsea next season? Or
he does. He comes.
Let me ask you, what is his actual position? How does he actually play? Is he an 8?
I think he's an 8, but he doesn't play. He won't play an 8.
That's what I'm thinking. The way he's playing at Palace is more like a free thing, like do what you want.
Yeah, he's like a dog. Like Vieira just tells him, run about, get yourself about, come back and help us.
So I'm curious what his actual position is.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's an 8. And I don't think he'll work at Chelsea.
I don't get this point. What's so sad about being a Palace fan? They all seem very happy.
They do nothing. At least compete for. Why do people think they should compete for Europe?
I'm confused.
You know who Crystal Palace are? Can we put things into context? Crystal
Palace.
Their
thing is recently they are trying to build. That's why they're actually making notes and they've actually been making decent signings as of recent. They're trying to do something now. It's like what. But I always say, like, at least compete for you. It was like, well, what's the actual position of Palace? Like, I'm confused at what people think.
Yeah, no. They got listen. If they get in the top 10, it's a phenomenal season.
Yeah,
and they should aim next year to finish in the top 10.
One thing I'll say, boss, like, go to Palace, like, go to their stadium. It's tiny. Like, they're a small club, really. Like,
they're a small club. What have they done? My only memory of them. My biggest memory of them is when Ian Wright scored for them against Man United in 1990. That's the biggest thing I've got.
Is this because of the whole 4-4 Liverpool thing? Is that what it is?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, Chris Stumble.
Istanbul is a funny term.
Have you seen Dwight Girl in this league ever since then? I mean, he's had a couple of stints in the championship, but bro,
I mean, I think he popped up for Newcastle a couple of games back for some random reason.
come on, man.
He's a championship guy, bro. He's a championship guy. When they're in the championship, he's there. He puts himself about.
He's like Pele down there
in the Premier League.
People, I've got the perfect thing to end this pod on. Yeah, Monday Night Football. They've got Roy Keane on there now. Roy Keane's just done his all-time Premier League 11 for Manchester United players, right?
Okay, first of all, I think I know what your point's going to be.
What's my point going to be?
I haven't seen this, by the way.
What's my point going to be?
$1 there isn't a single soul playing for them today.
Ronaldo.
Oh, that's not my point. Ronaldo is in there. That's not my point.
That's not my point. I don't know your point, man.
My point is so agenda fueled, but it's fantastic because it feeds me. Yeah, it feeds me.
What is it?
Phil
is not in the 11.
Is he not?
He's not in the 11. Guess what? Keane has excluded himself. So we all know if he was going to
put midfield
in the 11.
What's the midfield?
Ince and Brian Robson.
Hey, what's going on?
That's passion, man.
That's facts. You're going to argue with Keane? You're going to argue with Keno?
Nah, do you know what? That is Keane.
Put himself in it. Remove his nonsense. Put himself in it. What's going on?
No, Peter, we're not going to war, for goodness sake.
Nah, that is Keane 101.
I just love it because I genuinely think since he retired, Paul Scholes has become one of the most overrated players of all time. But like, I'm glad that glad that Roy Keane.
How is Roy Keane and Scholes not in the team? So one of them.
No, but he's obviously done it to exclude himself. Like, of course,
fair play to him. But if he thinks he's the best, why not?
Hey,
so everybody else is putting him in.
If we're doing Scholes slander, bring on CFC Ahmed. Trust me, I taught Ahmed everything he knows. I taught him everything he knows about Scholes slander. Trust me,
that is phenomenal. Arsenal playing Leeds, City are playing Newcastle, Liverpool are playing Spurs. That's the big one, really. Liverpool Spurs. I need Liverpool to do me a favour. Do you know what I'm saying? So, is he paid? I'm sure he likes Scholes.
I'm sure that I'm going to watch it back after because I'm sure they asked him like, "Yo, why no Scholes?" And he probably had some answer for that. But
Paul Ince, blood.
That's the governor. Because bro, you know, that's trenches. That's trenches FC. If you want Brian Robson, by the way, he's shambolic. Do you remember when he was player manager at Middlesbrough? He wore a suit on the top and a football shorts below. He was wearing a flipping cotton blazer, looking like he was from Pasco and Sons.
The things that went on in the 90s, guys.
No, you see, the 90s was a lawless decade. I'm telling you, it was a lawless decade.
Wimbledon,
what Vinnie Jones and them, man.
They had players pose with the foods of their culture. Just eat that. When Zola signed for Chelsea, he stood in Stamford Bridge with a pizza. Like, we've signed an Italian here.
Here we go.
He has a pizza.
Speaking of Italian strikers, it was Bradford. Yeah. If any of you guys, I'd be eternally grateful if you can remember.
Yeah.
There was an Italian striker Bradford signs, but he almost made them go bust. So that's to say.
Was it Ravanelli?
No, it wasn't Ravanelli.
Or Benito Carbone.
Carbone. Good grief. We've had some names, man. What the hell? I probably
stick to Dean Windass, man. You can't be signing
Saunders and Windass. You know what I mean? Saunders and Windass.
Football in the 90s was great, man.
No, but it was lawless though. It was because a lot of it was Trenches FC.
Pierre Van Hooydonk.
Guys, I urge all of you to watch that documentary on BBC.
I watched it. I watched it. That was dope. That was dope.
Isn't it? It's fantastic.
It was very clearly a United loving, but it was still really sick. The episodes.
Was it a United loving?
Oh. No, I wouldn't say United loving.
I think there was like
about the formation of the Premier League. So obviously,
but certain things, because apparently, like certain things weren't like said of what happened in certain seasons. But then also, I found out like Beckham produced it, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Great story, man. Great story. PR, you should definitely check it out.
It is good though.
Lawless time. That's another thing to add to the watch list. I've got so many things to watch. But yes.
Tahar wants to know the name of the show. What's it called again?
I don't know what it was called.
Well, I don't know. But if you go on BBC, put football in, there'll probably be like a list of stuff. You'll notice it.
Yeah, I'll find it. So Peter, carry on talking. I'll find it.
Yes, I guess that's basically it, really. Champions League, of course, we expect Liverpool to go through, and Man City, Real Madrid is still poised, isn't it? Santiago Bernabeu.
The thing is,
it's called.
It's poised. City should be winning it. Yeah, fever pitch is what it was. City should win that, by the way.
Yeah. Oscar speaks about it all the time. Yeah.
You think City should be winning
because they were clearly better than Real Madrid in the home. Let's not pretend they were the better team, and they
should have blown that game.
But they should have been like 6-7 up. That's the thing. So they conceded a bunch, but they should have been clear. So I'm looking at, but now they're away in Madrid with the Madrid lot, and then Benzema's all hyped. It could.
You know what, man?
Because do you know what?
Go on, AD.
I was gonna say, because you see, like with the Real Madrid thing, yeah. I saw a tweet the other day where people were like, "Hang on a minute, City actually won that game," and I just wonder, going back over to their grounds, like. I think this is a test of City's, not City's footballing ability, but the mental side of things. Like, are they really, truly big dogs in this thing?
They're not. They're Arsenal in this thing. They ain't done nothing in Europe.
Boy,
they're currently Arsenal in this thing.
They've got to a final. They've lost the final. See if they get to it again.
I don't want City in the final, though.
I think Madrid are the favourite because they're at home against Man City and only 1 goal deficit. Like, they will score 2-3 goals, Real Madrid. So it is a case of how many do City score. And the story's there, man. I don't ignore stories in football, man. It's there for Madrid. Like, for Guardiola, yeah, okay, great. You know what I mean? Whatever. Like, he finally gets over the line. But, in fact, here's the story. Real Madrid versus Villarreal in the final.
Imagine,
because you know when Real went through against Chelsea and Villarreal went through against Bayern. Did you see the love in between Ancelotti and Emery? I'm like, you lot are on 2 different sides of the other spectrum. What are you lot having a little,
bromance?
A bromance? Like, what was going on here? Like, Emery tweets like once a month, right? And when he tweets, it's something impactful going on. Yeah. It is, but when he did that, he was like, not even just celebrating his own win. He was talking about Real Madrid and Ancelotti. You know what I'm saying? The Donnies have made it through. This is a good day for Spain. I'm looking at this guy like, yo.
It was a good day for Spain. I mean,
it was, but I'm not thinking about Real Madrid until we meet in the final, if we do. That's interesting. It's just interesting, that's all. But English football, if it died this week, including West Ham and Rangers, by the way. And Leicester City. Oh, come on, Roma. Come on, Roma. I need Roma at the Stadio Olimpico. It's sold out. That is the game I'm watching on Thursday.
Ooh. You hate Brendan that much?
No, I don't hate Brendan. First of all, I love Italian football. Let's just be very clear. I want every Italian team to beat every British team bar mine. However, the added source of Jose Mourinho at Roma, and he's already sending shots left, right, and centre. Then it's David Brent as well at Leicester City. You couldn't make it up.
If Mourinho brings back,
you couldn't write it, huh?
Did you see the post-match interview? So like Brendan's like giving an interview, and they're just asking him about the game, and then all of a sudden Jose Mourinho pops up, and he's like, "This guy, this is the main guy. He looks after me well. He got me really, really, really nice wine." And then Brendan turns around and he says, "Yeah, mate, it was expensive." And you just think, who do you think you are, man?
No, but he worked under him.
He's reeling him in.
Brendan worked under Jose.
He did, but he's also reeling him in. He's about to find out that this is how I kill in football. I'm going to kill you, Brendan. Just know. I'll give you the wine afterwards. I'll give you a better one in Rome. I can assure you that. I'll give you a better one in Rome.
Jose will step on it himself, the great.
And he'll be pressed by him.
For you, my friend.
You get the Jose one. You get the Jose one. Oh god! But yeah, honestly, I could if Jose Mourinho wins a European trophy with Roma, enough said. Enough. Because by the way, did you see the other semi-final? Feyenoord against Marseille was one of the worst football matches I've seen in European competition, especially at this late stage of the season. The goals, the defending. Go watch the game at the Kuyp. I'm seeing Reece Nelson getting assists. Yeah,
I eat either way.
This is the worst.
To be fair, you eat.
You said I eat either way.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, Lola. Lola. Listen, the defending from ours truly, William Saliba.
I know, I watched it.
And the non-midfield performance from Matteo Guendouzi.
No, don't get me wrong.
There are things to be worried about. That's all I'm saying.
Nothing to be worried about. Poor game.
Against guys.
Peter, let me ask you a question. How often do you watch Marseille?
When you took Eric, no, I don't watch them at all. But Eric,
that's why I wasn't shocked by it.
Eredivisie, right? Yeah, Eredivisie. When I speak Dutch football, the first name that comes out of your mouth is Ajax. The second name is PSV. No one talks about Feyenoord, who I really do love, by the way.
They're like Aberdeen in the SPL.
But my point is, I've actively been watching Marseille for a while. This performance didn't shock me in the slightest.
Oh, so it wasn't.
This performance didn't shock me in the slightest. Like Marseille, the way Marseille is set up is either they'll be fantastic, or they will be nonsense. There's rarely in between. Yeah, they play madness. The transition is a bit where they barely press. They play quite high up, so they're like susceptible to so many counters. Like if you saw the recent assist, it was literally that. They're susceptible to so much stuff. So either which, Guendouzi is the free midfielder. He pops up everywhere. He's just there. But he's been very good. The thing is, I have been watching it though. He has been very good, but he's been given a free role. But like I've been watching Marseille. It's how they're set up. So the game I think it ended at 3-2. Didn't shock me at all. So I can see either the equivalent happening in the return leg, or like a complete opposite, and they move mad and they actually just kind of go mental. But like I said, either way, either Nice goes to a final or Marseille with Saliba and Guendouzi. You do it where I'm happy. I don't care.
I think Saliba's the next best centre back in world football.
He looks amazing, you know.
I'm being honest.
I'm telling you now, if we lose Saliba, I know we have, but I want to say it. If we lose Saliba, the hatred I have here for certain man is already like on a T there, and I don't even care if it's paid. I will run that hatred forever. I'll run it forever. But he's going to end up at some team, and it's going to move mad wherever he goes. It's going to be.
Yeah, I was going to say it, but I didn't want to be the guy that said it.
No, Saliba is actually a mad. No, he's a specimen of football because he's massive. He's a massive guy, 6'4". He moves very quickly. He's 20. He's very on the ball. He's aggressive. He doesn't dive into a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong. He's got mistakes. He's 20. It's going to happen. But the way he actually defends, he's front-footed. Doesn't dive into his tackles. He's very smart. He can very pass. He can dribble with the ball, and he's a threat in the. It's like, oh my God. I'm going to be so pissed. He's not going to play for us. He's not. I'm annoyed.
C1 says Saliba is a baller. C1, you know, I can't speak about Arsenal in our group chat because they're going to call me an Arsenal fan. But Saliba is the truth.
Watch him because you've got some Arteta fans. I'm not going to say Arsenal fans. Some Arteta fans who only speak on Saliba when he has a game that's poor. Which again, anyone will tell you a 19, 20-year-old centre back is going to have poor games. That's the thing there. But it's like they tells me they haven't been actually watching him because every other game he has been one, if not the best player on that team. He's been in the team of the week so many times. He's been the player of the month. He's been defender of the month. He's got the most minutes for all under 21s in Europe. He's been moving mad.
Guys, honestly, we went to Brighton and spent 50 million quid.
And this was my thing because don't get me wrong, I get having depth, but we didn't need to get a centre back. We needed a midfielder. We had a centre back. We sent him out to France. So it's like, I mean, if everything is happy, if like the best case scenario is he comes back, he starts either one of Gabriel or Ben White. Personally, Ben White sits on the bench, and we have a good rotation, and then we replace Holding with either Ballard or whatever, because Holding ain't special. He's just an extra option there to be there.
number 4.
Anyway.
No, that's what it is. Holding is so replaceable. It's not even funny.
Man's asking Oscar the Twitter space CEO, bro.
It's always ever in there. Just bare Jacob's ass faces.
Padlock is what sends me, you know.
J equals R stands for join equals remove. Because I'm in a group chat with some Chelsea fans. Yeah, there's a group of us in there. So someone will start a space. It started originally. There was a debate in the group chat about 2 players. So someone started a space, so then we had it, so we could have it. No one else could join, just the people in the group chat. So now we just do that every day. The man then will just chat to each other in the group chat, in the space. But it's not for everyone to listen to and for everyone to join. It's only for the group chat. But people take it serious, man. We're getting slandered on the timeline. Like, hella jokes are coming back and forth, and it's just me. Like, C1 is in there. You know, Huncho, who comments on the him as well. There's a group of us, isn't it? But it is what it is, man. Some people don't like. Even Mo, my guy Mojo that was on last week. Some people don't like it, but it is what it is.
All right.
SW6 gets that vicious whiplash. Next time, I'll make sure I'll allow you to listen. SW6, I'll let you listen in.
Imagine. That is funny.
No, it's the space. It's the space where we can cuss Chelsea openly, and no one hears. So all of this Tuchel slander that I'm giving out, I don't do this on public places. But yeah, shout out Baraka. Baraka's part of the gang as well, man.
Gang. Right, let's wrap this up because next week, you know, we'll be talking about Champions League final that will be awaiting us. We'll be talking about who's in the top 4. It's all going in, bro. It's all going in. Sometimes I join them spaces to see how long till I get removed. Average time is 4 seconds.
It's called joining equals remove. You join, you're going to get removed. It's simple as.
Wowza.
It's very simple.
Weirdos.
Yeah. I like you want us all to see that you're in a chat that we can't join.
Fair. Yeah. You want to do that? Just
title is there.
Go on your WhatsApp, innit? Go on your WhatsApp. Just voice note your WhatsApp. Have a call in it in your group. Have a call.
Yeah, like the only other way to do it would be Discord, but not everyone has Discord. So yeah.
Okie dokes. Right, people. That is up. This is it. Where the week is done. Bumper. 3 hours and 25 minutes. There you go. Bumper episode. I'm blaming y'all. I'm blaming y'all. Because you know what? It's an hour we were done. We were done. You know, it was like 9:10. It was 9:10. And I was like, okay, this is.
We were done. Oh my god, it's past 11. Yeah.
This is cracking on. But anyway. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe us. We're on Twitter at Top 4 Podcast, as well as Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Insta as well. And of course, YouTube. We're here every Monday, 8 p.m. Thank you to special guest Lola in the building. Thank you for joining us.
I couldn't even
nice to be here.
Yeah, there we go.
What's going on?
Bank holiday settings, indeed. Big up to everybody.
Yeah. Back to normalcy tomorrow.
No wonder I feel so fresh.
Tomorrow's listen, the bank holidays we've been getting lately, keep them.
It's been mwah.
We got one more coming, man. We got another one coming.
The Queen's one, we got 2 back to back, baby.
Right, you see the Queen's one, yeah? So it's a Republic one for me still because the Killers are in concert at the Emirates for 2 days over the Friday and Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Peak.
Do you know they released? Do you know how? Let's just give me one stat to show you who this country really is. Yeah. Do you know they released the permit? That means on the Thursday, Saturday, and Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday of that bank holiday, pubs can open an hour later.
Nah.
Drink it, baby.
Open later. Can serve alcohol later because the Queen. Come on, man. Does that even make sense?
Hey, man. You got a day off. 2 days off, man. Enjoy that.
Yeah, man, I'm loving
for you guys, enjoy it, man. Enjoy it for you guys. Anyway, people, until next week, we'll be talking more top 4 football, people. Thank you for joining us. Peace.